is for the Planning Commission to receive public comment. The commission, in turn, recommends the Planning Department and City Attorney for any suggested changes. Therefore, it is recommended that the proposed amendments to Article 4 of Appendix A of the City of Warren Code of Ordinances and to add Article 4H to create the following special public purpose overlay districts: Missing Middle Overlay District and the Van Dyke Mixed Use District on certain specific areas of land, and to adapt the development and use standards to shifting housing, economic, and demographic trends, be approved conditionally with additional changes, and then forwarded with the Commission's final recommendation to City Council for approval. So I'll read off some of the changes that we had when reviewing the different sections of this ordinance. So number 1, section 4H0.06, permitted uses, to add also one-family dwellings, that's single family as well, in addition to the duplex, triplex, and quads. Number 2, section 4H.07, remove the section with the strike through from the ordinance. Number 3, section 4H.08, setbacks. So we want it to be changed from side yards, 10 feet combined as measured from the leading edge, the overhang, less than 5 feet from the property line, will need to meet MBC 2021 fire resistant construction, and we want to change that to 10 feet combined as measured from the leading edge overhang, less than 5 feet from the property line, and will need to meet Michigan Building Code fire resistant construction as adopted by the City of Warren. Number 4, section 4H.08, setbacks. We want it to change from street side yard and change to corner lot clear vision area. Number 5, section 4H.08, setbacks. We want this to be added to the end of this section. The planning director or building director may require an increase to the front, rear, or side yard setbacks upon making a written finding that one or more of the following conditions applies. Number 1, tree preservation. A setback increase is necessary to protect the critical root zone of an existing tree regulated under Chapter 38 of the Code of Ordinances as determined by the Urban Forestry Committee or its designee. For purposes of this section, a regulated tree is any living tree of 6 inches or greater in diameter at breast height DBH measured 4.5 feet above grade, located on the subject lot or within 5 feet of the subject lot line. Or number 2, physical encroachment impact. The proposed structure would, due to its proximity to an existing structure on a budding lot, foreseeably prevent required egress, block access to required mechanical equipment, or violate fire separation requirements under the Michigan Building Code. Any setback increase required under this section shall be the minimum necessary to address the identified condition. Then number 6, section 4H.09, building height. We want to remove the bolded section beginning with rooftop mechanical equipment. Number 7, section 4H.10, lot coverage. So we want to change from all structures combined shall meet a 40% lot coverage, and change that to all structures combined shall not exceed a 50% lot coverage. And then number 8, section 4H.13, design standards. And we do have this on the screen also. So change from no snout homes to change to no front garage homes or snout homes. And number 9, section 4H.13, design standards. So we just want to replace the image that we had in the draft ordinance to a new image, which is on the screen. Number 10, section 4H.16, site plan and administrative review. So we want to just remove this third paragraph. And this is a paragraph that begins with the planning director or building director for lots outside of purview of site plan review. And it goes on. So we just want to remove that whole section. And number 11, now these begin at the Van Dyke Mixed Use District. So this is where these changes are from. So that completed all the changes we had for the Missing Middle Overlay section, and now this is the Van Dyke Mixed Use section. So number 11, section 4H.20, permitted uses. So we want to add certain uses under these different categories. So we want to add retail service centers specializing in shipping, packaging, printing, and business support services under permitted uses, professional services. Add screen printing, under permitted uses, professional services, add specialized small-scale entertainment business, for example, karaoke, escape rooms, under entertainment. We want to add art studios and classes under permitted uses, fitness/arts. We want to add tailor and seamstress services under permitted uses, personal and business services. Number 12, section 4H.22, maximum height. And we want to, this is the same section that we added to the missing middle district, so we want to add this to the end of the section. The planning director, building director, or planning commission may require an increase to the front, rear, or side yard setbacks upon making a written finding that one or more of the following conditions applies. Number 1, tree preservation. A setback increase is necessary to protect the critical root zone of an existing tree regulated under Chapter 38 of the Code of Ordinances as determined by the Urban Forestry Committee or its designee. For purposes of this section, a regulated tree is any living tree of 6 inches or greater in diameter at breast height, measured 4.5 feet above grade, located on the subject lot or within 5 feet of the subject lot line. Or number 2, physical encroachment impact. The proposed structure would, due to its proximity to an existing structure on an abutting lot, foreseeably prevent required egress, block access to required mechanical equipment, or violate fire separation requirements under the Michigan Building Code. Any setback increase required under this section shall be the minimum necessary to address the identified condition. Okay, number 13, section 4H.23, prohibited uses. We just want to, so word change from car washes and change to auto washes. Number 14, section 4H.24, setbacks. We want to add a section, E, corner site clearance and building design. And this begins with, at this intersection of 2 public streets, a clear vision area shall be established and maintained in accordance with the following. Number 1, a clear vision triangle. A triangular clear vision area shall be established by measuring 15 feet along each lot line from the intersection of the street right-of-way lines and connecting those points. Within this area, no building, structure, wall, fence, sign, landscaping, or other obstruction exceeding 30 inches in height shall be permitted, except as otherwise provided in this section. Number 2, permitted building encroachments. Notwithstanding the above, buildings within the Van Dyke mixed-use district may be constructed at or up to the front and side property lines, including within the clear vision triangle, provided one or more of the following design treatments are incorporated to maintain adequate visibility at the intersection. A chamfered or angled building corner. B, a recessed corner entrance or setback at the ground floor. C, a visually permeable corner design incorporating glazing, open air space, or similar architectural treatment. D, structural support columns in accordance with subsection 3 below. Number 3, structural columns. Structural columns may be located within the clear vision area provided A, no individual column exceeds 24 inches by 24 inches, which is 2 feet by 2 feet, as measured at its widest point. B, columns are limited in number and spacing such as that they do not collectively create a continuous or near continuous visual obstruction. C, the area between columns remains open and unobstructed to preserve visibility for motorists and pedestrians. And D, columns are integrated into the building design and do not function as a solid wall or screening element. Number 4, prohibited conditions. The following shall not be permitted within the clear vision area. A, solid building walls or facades without openings or transparency. B, multiple structural elements arranged in a manner that creates the effect of a continuous wall or visual barrier. C, any design that in practice obstructs visibility for vehicles or pedestrians at the intersection. 5, the intent. The standards of this section are intended to allow buildings to be constructed at or near 0-foot setbacks in a manner consistent with a pedestrian-oriented mixed-use environment while maintaining adequate sight lines for safe vehicle and pedestrian movement and intersections. And number 15, Van Dyke Mixed-Use District Comments, Section 4H17, Purpose A through Section 4H.23, Prohibited Uses. Section 4H.17, Purpose A, change the last sentence to this overlay zone shall supersede the existing underlying zoning districts. Then add the following sentence at the end of the paragraph. when residentially zoned parcels existing within the boundaries of the Van Dyke mixed-use district are subject to development or redevelopment changes, the missing middle overlay district regulations shall be applied. Section 4H.17, Purpose B, add avenue at the end of the second sentence. Section 4H.17, Purpose H, end the paragraph at the word corridors and remove to allow flexible development centered on promoting a vibrant atmosphere. Section 4H.22, maximum height, relocate the last sentence between the second and third paragraphs. Section 4H.23, prohibited uses, remove the bolding from the last three bullet pointed items, and then remove the bolding from the word expansion and add the word only at the end of the sentence. So planning staff recommends the above changes are necessary after further review of the document by the planning and economic development staff. And this ends the recommendation.
Thanks, Ms. Michelle.
Thank you.
This is a public hearing, but before we get into it, I want to introduce our ex officio, Councilman Noonan. Welcome to the meeting. This is a public hearing. If you want to speak on this item, come up, state your name and address for the record, and you'll have 3 minutes to speak.
Hello.
Excuse me, ma'am, 1 second.
He has the slides, yeah.
Give me a timer that doesn't work.
Okay. It's under 3 minutes, right? I'll be quick.
Okay.
But they're putting that on. I'll be
Can
kind
you
of
drop the mic a little bit?
Okay.
So you're talking into it.
Is that better?
I
Okay.
hope so.
My name is Nicole Ross. I'm with Spear Partners, and I want to thank everybody for their time this evening. Just kind of in support of the overlay, if you can go to slide 2, we are currently developing homes on a small scale within the city with the purpose of bringing workforce housing back and also putting vacant land back into productive use. These 2 houses here, they're proof of concept of what this zoning overlay can do for the city of Warren. They're real homes. They're built in South Warren with a great partnership, and we're not theorizing about how this can work. We're already doing it. Can you go to the next slide? When we looked at the housing problem in South Warren, we worked backwards from one basic question: why did this type of housing, stop getting built? South Warren was built through a combination of small, repeatable floor plans, 30-year mortgages, stable employment, and permissive zoning that allowed smaller lots and smaller homes. Construction costs, taxes, fees, and zoning constraints all compounded together, which allowed naturally affordable housing at scale. As mentioned before, the auto-centric standards with the deeper setbacks, the larger lot minimums, and parking mandates really kind of ironically hurt those builders being able to do things. Builders walked away from these small lots, not because the demand disappeared. It just made these lots and homes illegal to build with the new zoning. So our approach has focused on reducing friction in 4 areas: lowering the construction costs, reducing the zoning barriers, using low-cost city-owned land, and using tax tools to improve the feasibility. No single piece solves it alone, but together they create a workable path. Can you go to the next? Thank you. One of the things that has been a concern for many people is the rental housing. What we're proposing is not an absentee investor model. These homes will be locally owned, locally managed, with an accountable party to the city of Warren. Build to rent, in this case, is also a sequencing strategy. In neighborhoods where appraisals and financing have been suppressed for years, professionally managed rental housing helps establish new comparables, stabilize blocks, and attract additional private investment. Over time, this creates the conditions for more for-sale housing and more owner occupancy. In fact, we're integrating that product as well. You can go to the next one. Since we have instituted this in late 2025, we were able to get a pilot approved. We started the zoning discussions. The first homes were delivered, those 2 that you saw on the first slide, and we have since applied for 4 additional permits that we are working on. Next one. The 4 ingredients to make this work is the modular construction, the low land basis, the reduced taxes and fees, but most importantly, the permissive zoning through the overlay. If any one of those pieces disappears, things to break down quickly. Is that my 3 minutes? Okay. You can go through the next couple of slides real quick, but more or less, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. Honestly, putting a modest home under these standards that we have now was a big issue. We also, on the setbacks in most of these existing neighborhoods, they vary significantly anyway. It doesn't preserve requiring a rigid modern setback doesn't preserve neighborhood character. In many cases, it actually conflicts with the historic development pattern that already existed. Really, at the end of the day, we're urging the Planning Commission to adopt this so that we can continue to bring Warren back to where it needs to be, like it was mentioned with other cities. And we know that Warren can be the model for practical workforce housing done the right way. And we urge the Planning Commission to recommend approval to council tonight.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
One second, please. Does anyone else like to speak on this item? Come up, state your name and address for the record, and you have 3 minutes to speak. Seeing none, we'll turn it over to the commission.
Chair, I make a motion to approve with discussion.
Support.
There's a motion by Commissioner Halawadi, supported by Commissioner Duzay. Go with discussion.
Yes. Can that young lady from Spears step forward again? Oh, she's not? Oh, okay, then, my mistake. Hunter, can you step forward then? I didn't know who to direct this question to. I apologize.
Gotta fix this again. Me and Nicole aren't exactly the same height.
Okay. Well, she did mention a couple things in her nice presentation. As far as the cost per homes, do you have any ideas? I know this is a lot of this is focusing in the south end of Warren, this overlay district, but do you have any ideas what the cost per home is gonna be? Idea, ballpark.
Yes, there's a few different ways that these modular homes can be designed. So there's various models that could be implemented. I would say the standard is about $225,000 per home. And typically, unfortunately, in the area, if you build a home for $230,000, $235,000, it'll only sell for about $200,000. So it's very much so economically infeasible to build in the area. And as was mentioned, that's why the pilot program was approved by council, which gives some tax incentives, foregoes some of that tax revenue to get this reinvestment that's much needed. Because unfortunately, just right now, to just build and sell, you would actually be losing money is the state of the market.
I understand. So these are gonna be rent to buy or for sale?
Right now, there's 2 proposed models. One of them is going to be build to rent, which will just be for rentals. And then there's also, we're exploring the rent to sell as well. Build to sell as well. And there's been cooperation with the state and MISHDA, the Michigan Housing, I forget the whole acronym, but MISHDA
Right.
works in housing. And they're trying to find some funding to make this work for South Warren as well, where then we could have a for sale model.
Okay, so you're saying for rent, would that be just local? Sure,
Yeah.
thank you.
But the ordinance itself would allow for anybody who wants to even build their own home, or
Okay.
somebody else to. It's not contingent on, that's one model for a local developer, how they're planning to put those homes in. But the text amendment it could be anybody in
Okay.
financing their own home and, you know, that sort of thing. So it's not, that's not part of the ordinance necessarily. It's just, that's the economic strategy of how they could be developed.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Chair, I yield the floor.
Anyone else like to speak?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Duzey?
wouldn't be a meeting without it. Couple of questions. First of all, have you run this Van Dyke Mixed Use District past the Tifa board?
Yes, so pretty much everything that's called for within the Van Dyke Mixed Use District is in the city master plan, as well as the Van Dyke Corridor Plan and the Van Dyke Corridor Implementation Plan, which we had designed last year by some MSU students. They presented it to the TIFA board. In all of our conversations, they're incredibly excited about this. A formal approval I don't think has been given, but they have all expressed their support for it, either at the meetings during comment or just in conversations. So they're all very supportive of it, yes.
I think it would behoove all of us to get Tifa on board with this. I served on the Tifa board for a rather long time, and we had a number of developments that if they would have gone in, would have been gorgeous. But they pulled at the last minute. And as far as the houses now, Baker is building houses down there that are just terrific. Now, I'm hoping those are to sell as opposed to rent.
Yes, those ones, she's been able to garner some support from the state and MISHDA, as well as tap some brownfield funds for tax abatements. And so hers are a for-sale model.
Very good. Next, easements. How does this overlay, does it affect easements? To get rid of an alley, to merge an alley, to split an alley between two lots? How does that work?
I believe it would be the same. I don't think that it really addresses that. Michelle could probably speak on it. I'm no expert in that area. Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, sorry.
There would be no effect. Yeah, if somebody wished to vacate an alley, the same process would apply. So this,
Oh, so the overlay won't affect that at all?
no, if an alley is already existing as a public alley, that would remain a public alley. It doesn't have any effect on
All right.
that.
Last but not least, it was mentioned that removing rooftop HVAC units.
It was just the section, just remove that section, because it had to do with, like screening on the roof, but that probably wouldn't really apply. So we just wanted to remove that one section from the missing middle overlay.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else like to speak? Mr. Hulk?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Okay, I would like to ask you, so what will be the impact, the changing the, like, existing ordinance to the new ordinance? What will be what benefit will get the, like, citizens?
Yeah, so it wouldn't affect anyone that's there right now. This wouldn't change anyone's existing home to, you know, being in a state of illegal noncompliance or anything like that. What this would do would be to allow for new people to build on these lots, as right now I believe you need a 60-foot wide lot in our current zoning to be able to legally build on it. The vast majority, there's about 250 vacant residential lots, specifically in this area that we're addressing, and the vast majority of them, probably 66%, are smaller than 40 feet or 40 feet. So that unlocks the ability for by right developers to be able to come in, or anyone looking to build a home at all, to come in and build on these lots that right now it's strictly not allowed. They would need to go to ZBA and get variances for to do so.
Okay, so it look like lots are going to be smaller, right, now?
So the lots are already existing as 40 feet, so it won't decrease any lot sizes already. We have a large inventory of vacant lots that are a smaller size than is allowed to build on, and this will unlock the ability for people to build on these lots.
So what will be the impact on the taxes? Because there is a big issues on taxes, people talking in Warren especially.
Mhm.
So taxes will be reduced, increasing, or decrease?
I would say it's a net neutral, but in my opinion, I think that because you're adding more people to the tax base, more money to the schools from the state, all that, I believe that it would reduce taxes in the long term. But that would be a more kind of macro view of things rather than on an individual, each individual home that's built isn't gonna have any effect on that. But when you look at the kind of big picture and adding all of these new houses, all these new residents, there's gonna be more of a tax base to draw from, and it would have a net neutral, and in the long term, essentially, there would be more tax money to draw from, so you wouldn't need to have as high of taxes. But that's big picture down the road, so.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Anyone else like to speak on this?
Mr. Chair, may I please?
Commissioner Ansar?
Yes. So this district, I just want to clear that the district started from Van Dyke and all the way Hobart and 8 Mile to Stephenson, right?
I believe it starts at Sherwood and runs all the way to, so there's the two different overlays. I believe that the missing middle, which is the residential, runs from Sherwood all the way to East Point, and along Stevens Road. So it goes, perhaps Michelle can specify here. Sherwood, right?
On the west.
Yeah. Yes, so that's Sherwood on the west, which is pretty close to Van Dyke, but
Yeah,
still
yeah,
to the
Sherwood,
west,
right.
and all the way over to East Point, correct?
And then
Beechwood, I think, is the last.
north will be Stephenson, right? Stephenson Road?
Yep, Stevens is the northernmost boundary, correct?
Yes. So my question was, I see that article section 4H23. So I was a little bit confused about that. Section 423, I see that business, a few of the business is going to be prohibited. So existing business, all of those business, they still will be there, and new will not be, allowed in near future in this district.
So it won't affect the existing businesses.
Yes.
This is for new businesses that would come in, so any existing business wouldn't be affected by this.
Any existing, like, gas station, auto sales, car wash, still will be there. But if-
Correct, yeah,
if
they're
new
totally fine.
coming, any gas station, car wash, vehicle, repair shop, firearm shop, sales, those will not be approved there anymore after we
Correct.
approve this.
Correct.
Okay, I just wanted to clear this. So that will be prohibited after we approve this, city council approve this. All those prohibited list, they cannot be in this district anymore.
In that specific district,
Specific
not
district.
citywide, just.
I
this-
know, the
this- yep,
specific district.
The specific district, yeah.
All right, thank you. Thank you for clearing all those.
Anyone else like to speak on this? I have a couple questions, Michelle. I was going through it again, and I noticed that because it's the overlay and missing middle, that it's Article 4H, but then when I'm reading down in Division 1, it's 4-A is general. So shouldn't that be maybe 4-HA?
In
Because that keep
between,
it in-
oh, I'm so sorry to cut you off. I would say that some of those types of things, the numbering, after, assuming this is approved, if it's recommended for approval, those types of edits and the addition of these additional recommendations will be fixed prior to being sent to city council. So these are some changes that the attorney's office worked the numbering in, and they'll fix any of those numbering issues
Okay.
and letters, and
All
they'll
right.
be cleaned up before it moves further.
All right, very
Yeah,
good.
thanks.
Thank you. Okay, anyone else? No? That was a motion by Commissioner Halawadi, supported by Commissioner Duzay. Roll call.
Commissioner Halawadi?
Yes.
Commissioner Duzay? Commissioner Ansar?
Yes.
Commissioner Haiti?
Yes.
Commissioner Hawk?
Yes.
Commissioner Mori votes yes. Commissioner Bonecki?
Yes, to approve.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes to approve. Good evening with good luck with the project. And I know it was a mouthful for everybody to speak everything, but at least we have a better understanding of what you're trying to do. Thank you.
Happy to help, and thank you all for your time this evening and consideration. Really do appreciate it.
Thank you. Item number 6B,
Item number 6B, site plan for a new marijuana adult use retail establishment located on the east side of DeQuinder Road, approximately 977.37 feet south of 11 Mile Road, 26620 DeQuinder Road, Section 19, Margine, Simona, and DeQuinder, 26620 LLC PSP 260017. Thank you.
thank you. Good evening, sir. You want to state your name and address for the record? And tell us a little bit about your project.
Good evening. My name is Robert Zora on behalf of 26620 DeQuinder LLC. Address is 1100 West Maple Road, Troy, Michigan. This project is an adult use marijuana establishment. It's located at 26620 DeQuinder Road. I did have an opportunity to review. Well, I guess I'll start with it's about 4,400 square foot building, surrounded by with a drive-through, and then surrounded by parking, as depicted on the site plan. I did have a chance to review the staff recommendations and comments, and many of them are pretty easy to address within the site plan. I did have a couple questions regarding some of the more substantive changes that the staff requests, and whether and we'll take the lead from the commission on whether the planning commission prefers that we submit a new application, or whether this could be addressed administratively after the fact with a submission. But mostly I think we were the staff recommendations call for elimination of the parking both along the northern side of the property, the western side of the property, and then immediately right in front of the building on the western side of the building, to allow for a 30-foot basically escape lane around the drive-through there. And so I think we'd like to preserve some of that parking. We can eliminate some of it. We'd like to preserve some of it just for obviously for traffic, but then also in the event this location is used for something else in the future if the establishment doesn't succeed financially. But so my question really is, are we able to administratively after the fact sort of remove that barrier along the site plan, or along the drive-through there, to allow for that escape lane, that 30-foot escape lane along the lane for the drive-through? But other than that, I'll answer any of the commission's questions.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Correspondence?
Correspondence. Taxes current building. Building requires building permit, plan review application for proposed scope of work, engineering. Preliminary review of this site yielded the following comments from the engineering division. Number 1, show and identify the location of all existing and proposed underground utilities in the vicinity of the project, including their sizes and connection. Number 2, show how you intend to drain the parcel. Number 3, site shall comply with current City of Warren stormwater ordinance. Detention and pretreatment shall be required. Provide a stormwater narrative. 4, 30-foot ROW dedication shall be required and formally recorded. Number 5, the outside parameter of all paved and parking spaces shall be minimum 6-inch concrete curb and gutter. Number 6, provide accurate dimensions on engineering scale. Number 7, dumpster pad shall be minimum 8-inch concrete. AT&T. AT&T does not object to the proposed facility. We do have facilities across the property, but we do not expect them to be affected, including major lines feeding the adjacent cell site. Please advise the petitioner to contact us as soon as possible if any conflicts arise. Comcast. We have no conflicts with this proposal, but we have aerial and underground facilities in the area. DTE. DTE Electric Company has reviewed the site plan for new marijuana retail facility. DTE has no objection to this request impacting 26620 DeQuinder Road, Section 20, per the site plan. However, the applicant should contact DTE New Business Group at 1-800-338-0178 before construction starts to create a work order to be assigned to a DTE planner to assist with the planning process. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me at 586-783-1978. MCPWO. The Macomb County Public Works Office, MCPWO, has reviewed the site plan for the project referenced above and has determined this site is under the jurisdiction of MCPWO. This project is impacting and/or discharging to a county asset, including one or more of the following: a county drain, county road right-of-way, or other. See Table 1.1 in the MCPWO's Procedures and Design Standards Manual for Stormwater Management. revised on March 1st, 2024, for further explanation. Any site disturbance over 1 acre will require the proposed site to conform with the MCPWO's Procedure and Design Standards Manual for Stormwater Management, revised March 1st, 2024, review Section 5 for stormwater detention and drain easement requirements prior to the site plan approval. It is highly recommended that the design consultant and landowner schedule an engineering meeting with this office to discuss how our standards may apply by contacting Heather Morin at heather.morin@macomb.gov.org or 586-307-8280. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Planning Department's recommendation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The recommendation, excuse me, is as follows. It is recommended that the site plan for new marijuana adult use retail establishment be approved with the standard conditions of the Planning Commission, and more specifically, number 1, 5 copies of revised site plans shall be submitted indicating the following. A, add the existing 2 communication towers and facilities as well as the access easement to the site plan and to the site chart. Include the access easement description on the plan. 1B, add proposed height of the new building to the site plan. 1C, a note shall be provided stating all outdoor retail sales of items shall be prohibited on the site. 1D, location. The location of the order board shall be indicated on the plan. 1E, the 5-foot wide, 6-inch high concrete barrier that separates the drive-through lane from a 2-way maneuvering lane shall have the following modifications. And number 1, an escape lane shall be provided in the corner turn area of the barrier for those persons who change their minds about an order. And number 2, the barrier shall have a raised 6-inch curb, concrete curb line along its entire perimeter. Not a slab, but a curb along the entire perimeter. The area in the middle shall be landscaped with shrubs to be maintained no higher than 2 feet. 1F, note shall be provided stating open storage of materials shall not be permitted on the site. 1G, in areas where concrete curbing is proposed around the parking lot, the parking bumper curbs shall be removed. 1H, provide the following changes to the parking and maneuvering lanes on the site. Number 1, the planning staff recommends that the west 11 parking spaces in the front setback along DeQuinter Road are eliminated and that the area be redesigned as a landscape area approximately 25 feet wide in width with a 30-foot wide maneuvering lane abutting along the east edge, as you can kind of see there on the picture of the site plan. Number 2, all of the parking spaces along the north property line shall be removed. The 30-foot wide maneuvering lane will abut the 5-foot wide barrier along its entirety. And on there you can see the little green dots showing the shrubbery line, but that's also where that barrier is for the drive-through. The area, let's see, number 3, the area along the north line shall be approximately 12 feet in width and follow the north edge of the 30-foot wide maneuvering lane. This area shall be landscaped. Number 4, the double-banked parking area east of the building shall as a system be relocated 9 to 10 feet be relocated east. Use the phone. 9 to 10 feet. Remove the bumper curbs in the middle. Number 5, okay, that's the maneuvering lane to the east of the system in number 4 above shall be reduced from 40 feet 7 inches to 30 or 31 feet in width. Number 6, the front setback line of 25 feet shall be carried through to the south side of the driveway to DeQuinta Road, eliminating 1 parking space and replacing it with landscaping. That's in the far corner, as you're looking right there. Thank you. And number 7, the corner area in the southwest corner of the building, okay, that green pie-shaped piece, just simply should be landscaped and be provided with landscaping. Okay, 1I, the site data chart indicates 86 parking spaces, including 4 accessible. However, the plan shows 101 parking spaces. With the redesign suggested by the planning staff, 32 parking spaces would be eliminated. However, 69 parking spaces would remain, including 4 accessible. 1J, the concrete base of a light pole located on the north property line, approximately 82 feet from the west property line, shall be removed and noted on the site plan. 1K, as part of the parking lot redesign, the planning staff recommends the curbing and landscaping to be extended into the southwest corner of the property in the area of the driveway. 1L, a note shall be provided stating the 4-foot-high fencing located along the west property line shall be removed. The west 50 feet of the chain link fence along the south property line shall be removed. 1M, a trash enclosure with walls, bollards, and a concrete base exists along the north property line next to the communication facility fence. The enclosure shall be removed because the petitioner is proposing a new trash enclosure near the southeast corner of the parcel. The petitioner may consider repairing and reusing the existing trash enclosure and indicating it on the site plan. Condition number 2, 2 copies of revised landscape plans shall be submitted indicating the following, and that is additional landscaping shall be provided in the following areas. A, along the north property line. B, in the middle of the concrete curbed drive-through area or barrier. And 2C, in the area southwest of the southeast corner of the building. Condition number 3, the following variance may need to be obtained from the Zoning Board of Appeals prior to the release of the site plan to the Building Division, and that is to hard surface 25 feet from the west front property line, that's DeQuinta Road. That's supposed to be a minimum front setback of 50 feet. And so if approved, the variance shall be added to the revised site plan. And number 4, performance bond, a performance bond, the amount of $84,000 be posted according to the estimated cost of $2,800,000 by the petitioner. So with that, Mr. Chair, the recommendation is submitted.
Thank you, Mr. Worth.
Thank you.
This is a public hearing. If anybody would like to speak on this item, please come up, state your name and address for the record, and you'll have 3 minutes to speak. Seeing none, we'll turn over to the commission.
Motion to approve this with discussion. A lot of discussion.
Support Benecki.
That's a motion by Commissioner Duzay, supported by Commissioner Benecki. Discussion?
Mr. Chairman, a couple of things. Where's the petitioner? He's hiding behind a council person. Do you understand all the requirements that have been laid out?
Yes.
Okay, my fellow Commissioner Heidi and I were looking at the lines that are right over your drive-through, if you will. Are you moving all those lines? Because if you look up, there's no way in the world you can put much of anything past there. You're gonna have to move a whole bunch of lines that are along the north edge of your property.
Did you mean the power lines?
Yes.
I believe the height is reflected in the building height is reflected in the elevation plan that was submitted. My understanding is that they don't conflict, but if they do conflict, we'll have to address that and
They're
move them.
pretty low.
Are they?
They're hanging pretty low. I don't know the last time you took a look at it.
Yes, I've been to the site, but I apologize. I'm not remembering the lines.
Most people don't have a tendency of looking up. So,
No, certainly if it's an issue, we'll have to address it.
I think it is, and you will. Did you buy some of the crash landing property, or all of it, or what?
I don't know what the property was before we purchased it.
The property that was north of there.
No, I think this is the one parcel. It's one parcel that was purchased, and then there used to be a building on the lot that was raised at one point.
That's crash landing. That was
Okay.
that's the one I'm asking about.
Sure.
Something doesn't look right to me, anyway, because you have that building, and if you take a look at this, you're going around that building in red, and then you're going north of that. If it's one parcel, then I'm surprised about it.
I believe there's currently a fence that sits, which one of the
There is.
there is. One of the recommendations was to remove the fence line, but there is a fence that divides those two properties currently.
But if you take a look at this and the other picture that you just had up of the print, are you cutting down the building or what?
I'm sorry, I'm not following.
The
Sorry.
Azteca building that
Just
you've
want to
got there.
clarify, this is the crash landing parcel. Doesn't look like it, but it is. It was all parking at one time. If you want to go on
Yeah.
Google Earth and look at it 10 years ago, it was still there, and it's the same property. Those facilities, the communication facilities, were part of the property.
Right. No, and I agree with that. But if it's the Azteca restaurant, the old Azteca restaurant, you're you're going north of that.
No, this is the property. The faux restaurant to the north was there, and there's nothing more. This is the property.
All right.
Absolutely.
Then I'm somewhat confused, but okay.
All right?
We'll take
Okay.
it from there. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else like to speak on this?
Just for clarification's sake.
Commissioner
North,
Heidi?
We're speaking of the vacant lot then, correct?
The vacant lot that the crash landing.
Was on.
Yes.
Okay, so that's where, it's gonna be a new construction.
That's right. It's currently a vacant lot.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So the old Azteca restaurant has nothing to do with this?
I misunderstood what you were saying. The Azteca restaurant, zero to do with it.
Okay.
You might not be able to see that from the
Then
screen.
I was looking at something totally different.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, sir. Don't feel bad. I did the same thing. I went over and looked at it, and I said, well, this building's here, and then after we get the new photos,
I thought that building was the portion that we're looking at.
that's what I thought too, but then I
Fair
found out
enough.
it wasn't, so.
All right, let me clarify something. Initially, you had some photos, I think, that you were looking at that
Yeah.
were incorrect. And we replaced those, and we sent you everyone copies of the new site, which is the vacant site.
And that's what it was. That's what it was.
I apologize for that.
No, that's fine. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else like to speak on this?
That makes more sense.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you.
So are you okay with all the recommendations?
I think I addressed in my sort of my opening statement there. It is a lot of parking that we'd be eliminating with the staff recommendations. I believe we'd be eliminating almost 30 or so parking spots. And so my thought is if it might require, because we just received this on Friday, so we haven't really had an opportunity to digest it with our construction team and our project managers, but if we do make substantive revisions to the application, I suspect that would require a new application, including perhaps even shifting the building back, because that would allow for the 50-foot setback that was recommended in the staff recommendations. But I'm trying to think of ways that we would allow us to preserve that parking and create sort of that escape lane without having to eliminate some of that parking. And I'm just thinking that perhaps moving that building back might address a lot of those issues, a couple of those issues that are in the report.
The other question I have is, you've got a drive-through, so how much parking are you really going to need? Because a lot of your traffic's going to be drive-through, they're not going to really be parking, and the people that are parking there, they're going to come in and buy supplies. Is that what that is, or?
Correct. It's going to be sort of dual service. I mean, it is 4,400 square feet, the building, so there will be a lot of traffic in and out, in addition to the drive-through. So it's not a small building, and there will be an in-store service component.
So people will be coming in and browsing and seeing what they want to get. And
That's
go from there.
correct. Yep.
What are your hours of operation?
Well, we'll of course comply with any city ordinance. Our other locations close depending on which municipality, but they close 9 or 10 o'clock p.m. But we'll comply with whatever the city ordinances are with respect to hours of operation.
All right. Thank you, sir. Does anyone else have anything? Seeing none, that was a motion by Commissioner Duzay, supported by Commissioner Benecki. Roll call.
Commissioner Duzay?
Yes, to approve.
Commissioner Bonecki?
Yes, to approve.
Commissioner Ansar?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Haiti?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Halawadi?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Hawk?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Murray votes yes. Commissioner Smith?
Yes to approve. Good luck with your project, sir.
Thank you.
And if you got any issues, you can always work them out with the planning commission and see.
Thank you. And if we do want to redo it, we'll submit a new application. And
Well, you
and move
may
that
not
along.
have to. You
Oh.
talk to the planning department.
That would save me a lot
They
of
may
time.
be able to
for
work
sure.
something out. So.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have a good evening. Good luck with your project. Item number 6C.
Item number 6C, site plan for open storage of commercial vehicles located on the south side of 14 Mile Road, approximately 1,250.4 feet east of Mount Road, 6500 14 Mile Road, Section 4, Ian Quint and 14 Mac LP, Dellen Chabot, and AA Parking, PSP 260021. Thank you.
Thanks, Madam Secretary. Is the petitioner here this evening? Good evening, sir.
My name is Jeffrey Graham. I'm the project architect. I'm with Kevtech and Associates. This is one of the owner of the leased spot, of the business leasing this area, Dylan Shambo. And I just want to start off with a little bit of history. This used to be, I believe, the Art Van building, warehouse, giant warehouse. And what they did, and when they first built this property, that use has never changed. It's always been a truck storage area or parking area. And that's where Art Van kept all their trucks. When Art Van went out of business, somebody bought the lot, the property. That person then divided up. Nobody had any need for that big of a building. So the landlord broke up the building into 4 or 5 businesses. Nobody wanted the parking of the trucks, so he leased that out separate. And that's where my client came in. And so it's always been a truck place. And then there's a piece of land directly, the green area right there, which is on the property. They never developed that for the parking because that's a giant 20-foot tall berm that separates the parking lot, the truck parking lot, from the park next door.
Right.
So what we're asking is that we continue the use of it that's always been used for, which is trucking. We met with the planning department, and they came up with some recommendations. We have on site, and as you know, it's gravel. Gravel is what you use for trucks, big trucks, because big trucks will destroy asphalt. But as far as gravel goes, every 6 months, you bring a bulldozer, and you smooth out all the ruts, and you start off from fresh. So that's why gravel is such a major, that's why gravel is almost used exclusively for large truck parking like this, or truck maneuvering. What we have, the one structure that we're putting on there is a mobile office, what they want us to do is put a footing underneath it, which is fine. We have no problem with that. And then there's also some trash dumpsters on the side. Now keep in mind, this is behind a huge industrial building, and it's hidden. It's completely surrounded by industry or a berm,
Right.
or a park. It's the skate park. It's to the other side of it. So what we'd like to do is just maintain what we have right there, and we'd be more than happy to add the footings to the trailer, to the office trailer, because they want security guard in there over the weekends, that kind of thing, and then also put two dumpster enclosures for each dumpster.
All right, thank you, sir. Correspondence?
Correspondence, taxes, current, building has no issues, engineering, preliminary review of this site yielded no comments from the engineering division. Police, the Warren Police Department has reviewed the submitted site plan and does not foresee any issues at this time. AT&T does not object to this proposal for open storage. Comcast, we have aerial and underground facilities in the area, but we have no conflicts with the proposal. DTE Electric Company has reviewed the site plan for open storage of commercial vehicles. DTE has no objection to this request impacting 6500 14 Mile Road, Section 4, per the site plan provided. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me at 586-783-1978. MCDR. Macomb County Department of Roads, MCDR, has received and reviewed the enclosed preliminary plan for the above-mentioned site. MCDR has no objection to proposed development at the above-mentioned site. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at 586-463-8671. MCPWO. The Macomb County Public Works Office, MCPWO, has reviewed the site plan for the project referenced above and has determined the proposed site disturbance is less than 1 acre and will not require stormwater review from this office. If a no objection letter is required, please forward your request to wesley.jonick@macombgov.org. Prior to construction, a soil erosion permit may be required from this office. Contact our soil erosion department at 586-469-5327 for more information regarding same. We also have an attached residential correspondence that I'll also go ahead and read. This was sent from Jacob Superior on May 11, 2026. Dear Planning Commission members, as the owner and property manager of Warren Village Apartment at 6380 East 14 Mile Road, we are stewards of a community of 48 1- and 2-bedroom homes located just to the west of the proposed site. On behalf of our residents, we submitted this letter to share how the adjacent site affects our residents. Our buildings have been here since 1989. While our residents accepted that industrial activity is part of this neighborhood, the formal addition of open commercial vehicle storage, in addition to other current unapproved uses, immediately adjacent to the residential boundary represents a meaningful infestation of use that deserves careful conditioning by the commission. Our residents have already been affected by a noticeable change in truck traffic on the subject property. Trucks have been routinely using the western entrance of 6500 East 14 Mile Road, which runs directly along our shared property line, instead of the main entrance. The current site plan includes a gatehouse intended to prevent truck traffic from using this entrance. However, the gatehouse has been disengaged. The route that trucks used was site planned and constructed as a parking lot. This western entrance was not designed as a primary truck access point under the previously approved site plan, and the current pattern of use was neither anticipated nor mitigated in the original planning. We respectfully urge the commission to require the applicant under any site plan amendment to address these concerns by constructing buffers and/or use restrictions. Should staff or the applicant wish to discuss the matter directly, we welcome the opportunity to collaborate on a solution that serves all parties. Thank you for your time and consideration. Sincerely, Jacob Shapiro, Event Hall Management Company owner and property manager, Warren Village Apartments.
10-foot berm.
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Planning Department's recommendation?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The recommendation is as follows. It is recommended that the site plan for open storage of commercial vehicles be approved with the standard conditions of the Planning Commission, and more specifically, number one, 5 copies of revised site plans shall be submitted indicating the following. A, plans ASP.1 overall site plan and ASP.2 enlarged site plan shall be used in conjunction with the site plan for this project. 1B, provide the dimensions on the elevation plan. Condition number 2, the following variances may need to be obtained from the Zoning Board of Appeals prior to the release of the site plan to the Building Division. And they are 2A, to construct a building 5 feet from the west property line when 20 feet is required. 2B, to allow 313,659 square feet of open storage area on the site. And 2C, to retain the gravel surface. If approved, the variances shall be added to the revised site plan. And number 3, the performance bond in the amount of $1,000 be posted. So with that, Mr. Chair, the recommendation is submitted.
Thanks, Mr. Worth. This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak on this item, please come forward, state your name and address for the record, and you'll have 3 minutes to speak.
Good evening, Roger Zlotov, 6900 East 14 Mile Road. I own and operate the Warren RV Storage, have for almost 10 years now, in full compliance with all the ordinances of the city of Warren. This location has been operating for years as an outdoor truck storage without proper site plan approval. I brought this to the attention of the Planning Commission several years ago when the owner wanted to do a lot split, and at that time that was denied. I speak in opposition to this because I don't think it's fair that someone can operate a competitive property to my property without being in compliance with the ordinance for years. Now, I certainly understand the argument that maybe it's better to have them come into compliance now, but I don't think the Planning Commission or any city department should condone properties that operate without proper approval for years that are a nuisance to the apartment complex and also compete against my property unfairly. We're all for fair competition. We welcome competition. And we are under strict supervision from the city of Warren code enforcement all the time, and that's fine. I have no problem with that, and I think if you look at our record at Warren RV Storage, we don't have any code violations. But that property there has been operating as an outdoor storage without proper site plan approval for many years, and I think it's time now for someone to take a stand, and that's why I'm here to speak in opposition. All I can do is ask you to think about it and say, that is not something that the city should allow. Because if you allow it for some people to do it, then it sets a precedent that other people can operate without the proper approvals. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead, state your name and address for the record.
Yes, Michael Spencer, local 1700-6440, 14 Mile Road. First thing, thank you, Commissioner and the board, for having me up here. Jeff's up here a year ago in front of you guys. So we are new to the neighborhood, but I'm not speaking necessarily in opposition, pending the approval of this board, but I am asking for some consideration as you guys consider the matter. There is a couple of safety issues that I have become aware of since I've been a tenant there, and we do own that property there at 6440. There's a high volume of traffic that comes through that west side of the road that goes back to the area that's been proposed, right? And with that high volume of traffic, which also borders the apartment complex that they're speaking of, this caused quite a bit of vibration to our building. And our building itself is a meeting hall that we do actually banquets for our members. And it creates a safety issue there. Outside of that, we have come back to this board and have asked for consideration and some changes as it relates to our easements and our interest for parking gates, which we're in the process of putting up due to the traffic from the trucks parking on our property, which is a direct conflict of what's going on towards the back. So I do ask for those considerations from the petitioner of this, to utilize the east road, which is on the barriers to the railroad tracks, and the whole building itself, which is a big warehouse building, for the truck traffic, which will alleviate my issue, along with probably the apartment complex issue, because the road is broad enough to get semi-trucks down, back and forth. With that consideration, I regress.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anyone else like to speak on this item? Seeing none, we'll turn it over to the commission. Need a motion. Wake up, hello.
Motion to approve with discussion, Maury.
Yes. Mr. Chair, I support it.
Okay. There's a motion by Commissioner Morey, supported by Mr. Hoke. Discussion?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Actually, I was going to ask a question to our attorney real quick, too. Can you speak a little bit more about if this site plan has been in compliance with the ordinance, or just a little bit more on the history of it? So I know there were some questions that was risen that they were operating without following the ordinance.
I think this evening's item is to bring them into compliance.
So they have been operating, so that's what I wanted to confirm.
I don't know the history.
Okay.
If you're asking if it was a legal non-conforming, I'd have to look at the facts. I don't recall that it was years when this first came before us.
Okay.
But I don't know if they were legally non-conforming.
That's what I wanted to confirm. Okay. With that, I have a quick question for our petitioner, if we may have the petitioner up.
Yeah, the petitioner never got compliance when he first leased the property, and it's only been like, what, 3 years? Because it was already a truck storage area for decades. I mean, ever since they built the property. And they were in compliance then for the simple reason that the truck storage lot was part of the building, of the main building. And when that happens, you're allowed to have open storage for less than half of your square footage of your building. Well, they were like 1/10 of what the building was. So they were in compliance when they built it. Then what happened was the breakup. And you also keep in mind that we're not the only trucks on the site. There's like 4 or 5 other industrial buildings that bring in trucks every day. And we would be willing to talk to the landlord, because we have no control over the gates. That's somebody else's property. And we could talk to the landlord and have them make them come through the center entrance rather than come through here, which a lot of the people do come through this way, rather than here. So, they can put speed bumps down and all kinds of things to discourage the use. But keep in mind that a lot of these trucks, these trucks are parked over the weekend, and they come in, they pick them up, and then they take them wherever they do, across country, whatever. And when they come home, the owners of the trucks will then park All these trucks are owned by individual people. And what they do is they'll take their truck and leave their cars. So that's how it works. But we were not, we were on, my client was unaware that it was out of compliance, only because it's been used for decades as this exact
So
use.
when you, just for my understanding and for the public too, so for my understanding, what I got from you is that your client has been operating in that area for the past 3 years?
Yes,
And you were not aware of the fact that it was not in compliance?
that's true, because it's always been a truck stop. It's always been a truck parking lot, decades.
With that, I know there were some issues about the way the trucks are going, and that's been a concern through the resident too. What, is there an hours of operation with the truck parking, or it's just they can come in anytime, or what does that look like?
No, they can come in anytime. Some of them may come in late night, but that's not every time though. It depends on when they arrive to the state.
Yeah, they're not unloading anything, they're
Yeah,
just
no,
parking.
no.
They're just parking. I know, did any resident or did any neighbor come and try to talk about an issue that they have been having? For example, I think the local, one of the member who just spoke, they mentioned the fact that they have a banquet hall, and every time the trucks are going, it vibrates the whole, their building.
Yes.
Did they try reaching out to you?
Not to me, but they did reach out to the property management. There was speed bumps right near the apartments. And every time the truck used to come, they used to make up, hold a break there by the speed bumps, and that's how there was a noise there. So what they did is they took the speed bumps off recently, so now, hopefully it should be much better. There's no need to brake right by the apartments to go in and without making any noise.
Okay.
Now, we do have another entrance that we can also enter from, so it's not just one entrance that we have. We have the main
What's the
entrance.
reason other entrance hasn't been used till now?
They're both being used.
Okay.
It's not just one. It depends on just where the trucker just enters, but
Well, the main reason is because I think you find it that if you go to the southern, it's a straight run to here.
and that's also
Whereas
easier.
if you come through here, there's semi-trucks all across here, unloading into these warehouses.
Docks, yeah.
So they want to avoid the congestion.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Anyone else like to speak on this
Yes,
item?
Mr. Chair, you said you've been using the place for 3 years, right?
Yes,
Without any compliance.
no complaints that I have received.
They're not the landlord, though.
So you're leasing.
Yep,
Okay. So you've been using for 3 years, and now you have come for submit the site plan. So why?
The
Because-
city requested it.
city requested it, and when we took over, there was already trucks parked there, so, it was already approved for, we thought it was approved.
Yeah, it
for-
was, I mean, if you lease, first of all, the landlord may be at error here too, but not informing us that we have to have, that it wasn't, that it was compliance. But they, at the same time, it's, it's been used for a truck stop, like a truck's parking for decades. So why would somebody all of a sudden think that they would need to get compliance if it's been in compliance for decades?
Sir,
Excuse me,
sir,
Okay, so are you parking the truck and trailer both or no?
Yes, truck and
Trailer.
trailer.
There is any speed limit in this area or no?
Just
Because the neighbor complaining, there is a big vibration.
That's happening, but like I said, I know where they're talking about where the guard check is. There used to be a couple bumps there, and that's where the vibration is happening. They're holding a brake there, and that's what's happening. So the property manager recently took all the bumps off, so now there's no need to brake by the apartments. So, to help out with the noise or the vibration.
So, okay, I would like to ask planning department. So can you respond about like using without any permission, been using the place without it?
If you put the image up there, the site plan, David? All right. Not that one. The other one that was, you had a better one. The overhead, the Google. Yeah, that. Okay. And there's the main entrance. Can you see? You see what you're looking at?
Yeah.
There's the main entrance. Show where that is. Not, okay, here. Stop.
Stop, Dave. It's east of that. Yeah,
That's the main entrance.
yes.
And then the other entrance is to this site right here. That's a retail strip that aren't being purchased and had for a long time, many years. And recently, they sold it to a union group. And they came through us with site plan approval. And one of their problems was that people were coming in, again, that's trucking, okay, guys? Trucking. And they were coming in that west entrance and cutting through their front parking lot to go through the main driveway to go across the road. That's what they were doing. There is a light there. And these people really, they don't want to get backed up on the main road to go north. They need to be, everyone who enters and exits that site should know that it's the main entrance, that's where they should be coming. They should, so the point here that I want to make is that no trucks should be going down that west line.
Yes.
None whatsoever. They need to go, excuse me, they're going to have to take their time and go through the site and go out the main entrance. Everyone. And that's what we should write into the rules, okay, and into the recommendation.
Yes.
That those trucks do not come down and just go straight out. I know it's a nice straight shot. No, it's right beside those residential condos. You can't have it. They got to go out the front. And so that's my recommendation.
Thank you, Mr. Worth. Are you finished?
Yes.
Okay. Commissioner
Mr.
Duza?
Chairman, a number of things. First of all, this was in front of Zoning Board of Appeals in 2013. There's ZBA in 2014, Planning Commission approval at 15, 2015, 2018, 2019, 2023, and I think there's one for 2024. So I think that operating without knowledge or whatever is maybe a little incorrect. It's all in our findings, and it's going back quite a ways. So as far as them operating without anybody taking a look at it, I disagree with that. I think the city has been very attentive and looked at a whole bunch of these things. Now, that's one. Two, I think we should make it a point on the recommendation to close the west gate, the west entrance and so on.
We concur.
If we can close that,
Okay, I'm saying we concur. The problem is, we don't own that, so you'd have to talk to the landlord.
I'm sure that if you get in touch with the planning department and talk to the landlord, then we can all come to a happy
Right.
conclusion
We
on all
don't care
this.
how they get into the property.
Well, yeah, you kind of do, because it makes these people nuts.
No, I mean, we don't mind them taking the center one.
And I understand. But I think if all of us, the city and everybody else, close down that west entrance, that would alleviate their problems, that would alleviate some of the problems about halls and the rest of it.
Sure.
So I don't know if we can make a recommendation for the planning department to go talk to the landlord or whatever. But they've been coming in and out of the city quite a bit with, between planning and zoning board of appeals. So saying that they haven't been,
But I don't think that those items that you just recorded they were probably for the other portions of the building.
you know what, that's in the, in here
I think
and
you'll
so
find
on.
that's for the other buildings.
But after everything's said and done, the city has been involved
Sure.
there. So saying that the city hasn't been involved and you're operating without any helter-skelter is not a really fair statement. But I'd like to see that west driveway closed. And that's that. Now, if what we have to do it, if there's, I don't know who the landlord is. It used to be Art Van, then now it's Gardner White. So that was number 2. Number 3, you have Lipari Services in there. You've got how many truck wells in there? 210, 220?
I don't know. This is not my client hired me just for that parking lot that
Okay.
they leased from.
Fair
The
enough.
rest of the building is done by somebody else and different clients and.
Okay, the only comment that I really have to make is that if there are any trailers with freezers on them that are left running overnight, that should not be allowed, and you have to police it. I can't. You have to police it, that running that at night is totally out 24-hour, 7, no matter what. I've had my share of problems with the freezer trucks running all night next to residential, and nobody was happy. So I want your assurance that we're not gonna have that kind of problem with any of this.
Lipari does not, I mean, you're right, Lipari have freezers, but they don't belong to us, so I have nothing.
Well,
They don't lease from us? I mean, don't lease
if you have the ability to influence Lipari or whoever else has got refrigerated trucks, do not allow that to run 24/7. That's all. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? To the petitioner. Good evening, sir. I agree with sir?
I'm sorry.
Where are you going?
I thought you said
No, I said
goodbye.
good evening.
Oh, good evening, okay. I thought it was like goodbye.
I think I concur with the commissioner as far as trying to close that, because they had a gate up there, the gate's not in operation. You could say you did have the bumpers, but like I say, trucks vibrate. I don't know what kind of equipment or materials they're carrying on it. The heavier they are, the more they're gonna vibrate. And like I say, it's next to a hall where they have banquets, and then you got the residential. So if we could close the driveway and have them go down the other driveway to the back. And even if it gets to the point that we put up a sign or a barricade that says no truck allowed down this driveway.
Right.
Because I don't know who else uses the same driveway or not. So this way, if you can't do anything, maybe we can do something to where we can barricade it off and just say, have a sign that says no truck traffic. So they have to go the other driveway.
Well, yeah, we would have no problem with that.
Okay. Are there any other questions?
Mr. Chair? So are we adding this as a recommendation to this plan, or this is something the planning commission is gonna run down?
We
Or-
can add it to this recommendation as part of the recommendation.
Mr. Chairman, I don't know if we can add it. If it's not on his property, then how can we add it as a recommendation?
We can still add it as a recommendation to be considered to close it.
We could add it on the drawing to say that the owners of the tenants will seek from the landlord to have this closed if possible. I mean, we can't control it, but we can try to use our influence to get it closed.
If we can get our director back up here, please.
Put him on the hot
The knees aren't as young as they used to be, are they?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I'm just thinking about basketball right now.
Okay.
Give me hope.
Anyway, okay. The property, this is one large property.
Yes.
They lease part of it. So the site plan is also the responsibility of Gardner White. So when you say, when the planning commission says they want that driveway closed, that's what, it also affects the rest of the site. We have, notice, we have an overall property or an overall plan.
Okay.
And we have a larger plan that shows that leased area, all right? So this.
If it's legit,
This is affecting you, you're saying you want that either closed or monitored, but I think you're saying you want it closed.
prefer it closed, yes.
And then that's what you're gonna do. There's another option, maybe buy that retail building, there's a gate put there. Okay. Can you see that picture? Yeah. All right, see where the black image is? Yeah, the L shape.
Yeah.
Right at the corner of it. Right, here. David. You know what I'm talking about? See the building? South.
Yeah, this building right here.
Yep, right there. Put a gate there. Trucks can't, it's gated off, they can't use it. But the people out front there need that driveway with that, yeah, they're there. So they're not gonna come in, and they're not supposed to come in there to begin with, because they also will have gates to their property. There's no, either close it off, or maybe a gate there. But that's gonna stop everybody who
Yeah.
goes over the site with trucks.
Um,
You can use all the signage that you want, no through trucks,
It
things
isn't gonna
like
make a
that.
difference.
And certain, officers of the law will have a lot of time, a lot of fun trying to monitor that.
Okay.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead.
yes.
Okay.
Is the driveway used by any other companies or just the
It
trucking
is.
companies?
That's what I'm talking about
Yeah.
here. It is
Okay.
used by
So if,
the Union Hall.
yes,
See that drawing?
if this driveway is using by the, like, any other company beside the trucking company, so we have to leave it open, but we can say like no truck. We
Well,
can-
it,
we can-
they're,
we
they're,
can-
That
we
isn't
can
gonna-
I hardly think anyone will pay any attention to the signs.
Yes.
I'm being real here. All right? So that's why I'm saying maybe the gate, there should be a gate at that point right there. And then those people who have that property can use their driveway. And, but they themselves were gonna put gates leading into their front, parking area. That was part of their site plan. So whoever pulls into there, they're gonna have to back out. And
And
they'll
that would-
learn real quick not
That
to
would be
go that way.
awful. That would be awful. To back up all that way
Well,
with a semi.
there can be signage out front, no through trucks, but if you don't stop them from leaving the site by way of a gate, I think. Okay, at the corner of the building or somewhere down, they used to have a little shed there that somebody monitored
I think they
traffic
still do.
control. Well, anyway, so
If-
it's a concern.
If they're gonna put it in, you're gonna put a gate or whatever in, I do it on the north side, because backing up a semi,
Well-
once you got past that building would be,
Commissioner Duzay, all right, the trucks come in, they'll pull right up to the gate, and then they'll have to back up again, won't they?
yeah. But well, good point. Even leaving is gonna be tough.
All we're trying to do is funnel everybody to the front. It'd be
Yes.
it'd be great if this person who's leasing the property can control how these people come in and how they leave. And the same with everyone else who's on that site. How they come in,
Right.
how they leave.
Okay.
And that's a trouble spot over there.
Yes, it is. Fair enough.
Mr. Worth? One second. Because
Yes,
of the
Mr.
number
Chair.
of trucks that have to drive down through there, there's the buildings, the apartments are right behind that. Do they go in through, next to the hall there and go to the back, or do they use that same driveway?
I'm not, okay, where the red line
Yeah.
connects in right there.
Yeah, right behind that,
I think they do have access through there.
to the same driveway?
They may have an ingress egress. Somehow you're gonna have to control that. But maybe this gets postponed and the person who leases has a conversation with the owner, and we can have perhaps a meeting at City Hall and talk about this. Because I don't know that we're gonna solve this problem tonight.
I agree.
I agree with that. Because we need to get pretty much everybody involved with
Yeah, I agree.
getting their trucks down through there
Yeah, we've got to,
to get
I think,
an idea of somehow how we can control it.
they want to postpone this.
Okay.
Who made the motion?
We actually can control our tenants from using that entrance. Basically, we tell them not to. If they're caught doing it, then they would lose their lease. So we do have the ability to have control over our trucks. We don't have the ability to control anybody else's truck. And you gotta remember, there's 1 million square feet of warehouse space there.
Yeah.
My only concern with that is you control your trucks, but what about the other trucks that go in there?
I guess
You
I'm
don't
on.
have any
I'm-
control over that, so we have to have some way to regulate all the trucks.
But that really, if we can cure our problem in that episode, then the problem by other people's would that surely be part of this site plan approval process? Right? I mean, if we can control our trucks, we can just simply tell the tenant, you gotta remember, our guys are coming in, they're bringing in their empty trucks and parking there. They're not carrying heavy loads or anything like that. We can tell them, use the middle lane, or your lease will be voided if you're caught going down the side lanes. And then you
Fair.
can work on getting that lane, then at least you got 50 trucks solved. And then you can then the issue now won't be between us and the city or anybody else. It'll be the city and the 1 million square foot of industrial space that has trucking going to it. That'll be that battle. You guys have that battle, but we will be out of it because our guys won't be affecting you at all.
Okay. Councilman Newman? Noonan?
I have a question of it. Sure. Who would enforce that? We would by telling our people they can't use it, and if they're caught, because we have a security guard at the back. I'm not sure how that would be done. With video cameras? We don't have right now, but I mean, that's something that we could work on. He's fairly confident that he tells his guys to use the center lane, otherwise the space, we get closed down, then they'll use the center lane.
I know.
Mr. Chair.
Enforcement seems like a problem.
None of your comments have been recorded.
Sure. Okay.
That's all right. But I yield if anyone else wants to.
Okay.
Fair enough.
That, I think we might want to postpone this to allow you to get with the other, or allow Art Van or Gardner White to get the other people that bring their trucks in there.
Okay, my question to that is, what happens if they say no? I mean, we're
Well,
not gonna be the problem.
But then you got the other question. You could say no, but how many people are gonna listen to you?
Well,
And they'll still bring their trucks in there.
His people will listen to him.
But I'm saying, the other people that are going in there, which could
Mhm.
be causing part of the problem, how are you gonna deter them from not going down through there?
I
So
guess
it's not just the one.
Is that really our job, though? Is to
No,
deter?
it's not your job, but what I'm saying, it's still an issue, though,
Mhm.
that would have to still be resolved.
What if we did put a camera at that corner and any of our tenants come that way, then they'll get a couple of warnings and then they'll be kicked out. If we put a camera, we can put a camera on anything nowadays. And we have a security guard that stays we have an office in there.
Is that office open 24/7?
I don't know if it's open 24/7, no.
Because you said trucks can come in and out 24/7,
Right, it's mainly the weekends that we're concerned about security. People
Okay.
breaking into the trucks on the weekends.
Okay,
Because they can just come over from the skate park,
yeah.
and there's nothing stopping them.
Okay,
except a
excuse me
small
one
fence.
second. Go ahead.
If I may, Mr. Chair. Site plan conditions must relate to the site plan before the board.
Right.
So please, yes, consider it in that realm. Thanks.
I don't understand what that means.
That means if the commission imposes a condition, it has to apply to your petition, your site plan, proposed site plan, not the other site plans
Oh,
for
okay.
the other properties.
So really, we should be looked at as an isolated incident.
So if you think you can put up the cameras or have the guards or
Can I talk
have
to-
some way to prevent your trucks from going down through there,
Yeah, for sure, sure.
Okay.
We can maintain our own customers, we can for sure.
okay, okay. What do you, Commissioner Duzey, what do you think on that?
We have to find the landlord and go have a discussion with the landlord.
Okay, we can still have to do that.
But, you know, holding him up
Yeah,
Now, the
I understand.
property
makes
manager,
very little sense.
right, I understand. Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Don't, where you going? Hello?
You're not done.
Are you trying to get to the basketball game?
Fine, yeah.
Okay, that was a motion by Commissioner Maury, supported by Commissioner Hawk.
Mr. Chair, I have a question before that. So are we adding this in the recommendation that the petitioner is coming up with a way to track the trucks for you guys's, or is that being added in the recommendation? Because I know we're just going with the word of mouth, and it's not in the site plan. So what are we adding in the site plan?
You want to commit to the camera?
You'll be having cameras, and what about the person who's monitoring the cameras?
we will, we will monitor the cameras, but I can assure
Do
you
you
that
have a security guard 24/7?
we do have a security guard there that we can, normally they're in the back. We have nothing to do in the front, but we can possibly find a way if we can get them,
So what are we committing to? I think I would be interested in having this in the site plan, so at least from this site plan, we don't have any issues going forward.
for sure, yeah, I mean,
Well,
we,
if you ever go hunting, there's these video cameras that when they see some activity, they click on, and my buddies I'm playing poker the other night, my buddies, well, there's a 6-point buck just went through my yard. We could do the same thing there. A truck comes up, then it can go to somebody's phones, who's ever on duty.
that's the best way, and then we can, we can tell our trucks for sure, from far away. I mean, our trucks are different than the Lapari or the other trucks that come in.
Okay, if we can put all what you're discussing about the cameras or whatever, to do where you can control your site plan,
Okay.
then we can have that put in the recommendation,
Sure.
Correct.
okay?
Yes, Mr. Chair, so it is our understanding that they are not using this driveway, right?
Well, we can't,
Same.
we have, because their property is in the back, and there's other trucks that use it for the properties in the front, it doesn't deal with theirs. So all they can do is monitor what their trucks are doing for this particular site plan.
Their trucks only.
Just their
Yes.
trucks only.
Yeah, we will tell them, warn them, and then we will have a camera that activates. And then there's a lot of different ways you can do it. You can also do it with GPS controls, there's tons of different systems they use. But and then also, I don't think we would really need to enforce it that much. Once you put the cameras up and you tell them and you show them, hey, we can see you coming in, I think that's more than enough. And if you get 3 warnings, you're out.
We can terminate the lease.
We can terminate the lease, yeah.
Okay, we can try that and see for now. And if it doesn't work, you may have to do something different.
Well, you may be successful getting the other driveway stopped, in which case the whole problem goes away.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
For sure.
All right, sir. There was a motion by Commissioner Maury, supported by Commissioner Hall. Roll call.
Commissioner Mori, I vote yes. Commissioner Hawk?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Ansar?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Haiti?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Halawadi?
Yes to approve?
Commissioner Duze?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Bonecki,
Yes, to approve.
Commissioner Smith.
Yes, where'd he go?
And it's still Commissioner Heidi. It's Heidi.
That's okay.
Yes, to approve. Whatever you can do to eliminate the
Aye.
situation, we appreciate it. All right? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a good evening.
Okay.
Heidi.
Item number 6D.
All right, 6D.
Okay, Commissioner. 6D, site plan for addition of covered patio located on the southwest corner of 12 Mile Road and Burnett Road, 14300 12 Mile Road, Section 13, Castrio per Joni and Chris and Frank Properties LLC, Roan Isaku, PSP 260019. Thank you.
Thanks, Madam Secretary. Good evening, sir. You want to tell us a little bit about your project?
Good evening, thank you. So, this project is a very small outdoor seating addition to the Milestone Grill restaurant.
Can we get your name and address into the mic, please?
Yes, forgive me, yeah. My name is Roni Saku, 4851 Haddington Drive. I'm from Bloomfield Hills. And I'm here representing the owner of the property, Castello Prigione.
Thank you very much.
So, yes, yeah, as you can see there, that is the addition that we are proposing. It's meant to have these garage doors that open up so you can have sort of outdoor dining experience during the warm weather. And that is basically it. And we thought it would be as quick as getting building permits for this project, right? However, it's been we're obviously having to go through the site plan approval process, right? And I did see the recommendations. Thank you. From Ron's office, and they basically will require. Again, just backing up a little bit, this is meant to be modest in cost as well for the owner, for the business. And the recommendations include basically restriping the entire site, as well as some significant addition to an island that's on the property. And that is actually, the highest cost item that if possible, we would like to challenge or push back on.
All
See
right.
if we can get away without that particular item.
All right, sir. Thank you. Correspondence?
Correspondence, Texas current building. Building has no issues with site
Don't,
plan.
don't leave, sir. Come back up to the mic. Thank you.
Engineering, preliminary review of this site indicates that planning commission approval should be contingent upon the petitioner's compliance with the following conditions. Number one, the provided legal description does not match the existing records. Number two, all the existing utilities needs to be called out within the vicinity of the parcel. Number three, it appears that existing businesses to the south is using the driveway or proposed site. If so, mutual ingress and egress agreement should be required. Police, the Warren Police Department has reviewed the submitted site plan and does not foresee any issues at this time. Comcast, we have area facilities in the area, but we have no conflicts with the proposal. DTE, DTE Electric Company has reviewed the site plan for addition of covered patio. DTE has no objection to this request impacting 14300 12 Mile Road, Section 13, per the site plan provided. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me at 586-783-1978. MCDR. Macomb County Department of Roads, MCDR, has received and reviewed the enclosed preliminary plan for the above-mentioned site. MCDR has no objection to proposed development at the above-mentioned site. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at 586-463-8671. MCPWO. Macomb County Public Works Office has reviewed the site plan for the project referenced above and has determined the proposed site disturbance is less than 1 acre and will not require a stormwater review from this office. If a no objection letter is required, please forward your request to wesley.jonick@macombgov.org. Prior to construction, a soil erosion permit may be required from this office. Contact our soil erosion department at 586-469-565327 for more information regarding same. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Planning Department's recommendation.
It is recommended that the site plan for the building addition of a covered patio to the existing Milestone Grill be approved with the standard conditions of the Planning Commission, and more specifically, number one, 5 copies of revised site plans shall be submitted indicating the following. 1A, the shed measuring 9.3 feet by 17.4 feet and containing 161.87 square feet, located in the southwest corner of the building, was constructed without a permit. The shed isn't indicated on Google Earth imagery dated July 2022. The shed shall be added to the overall square footage. The parking shall be recalculated to include the shed and the freezer square footage for the total existing square footage. 1B, the planning staff calculated the existing building, freezer, and shed square footages together at 4,954.70 square feet. The site data chart shall be changed for the existing structure and for the proposed gross structure of 5,854.70 square feet. The requirement based off the square footage is 29 parking spaces. The site data chart shall be updated. 1C, the existing and proposed setbacks in the chart shall be updated to match the site plan drawing. The north and east dimensions shall be corrected. 1D, include the setback dimension of 6 feet from the parking area to the east property line, that's Bunnett Road. 1E, add the setback distance from the building addition to the north 12 Mile Road property line. F, add the following variance approval to the site plan. On August 12, 1992, the Zoning Board of Appeals granted the petitioner permission to retain the existing hard surface parking lot located 6 feet from the property line along Bunnett Road. G, label the freezer on the south elevation of the building. H, the east line of parking spaces along Bunnett Road can be measured with the 2-foot overhang. Therefore, the effective length would be 20 feet and shall be indicated on the site plan. I, the parking spaces along the east elevation of the building abutting the 7-foot wide concrete slab can also include the 2-foot of overhang for an effective length of 20 feet and shall be indicated on the site plan. J, the spaces setback and parallel to the north property line, 12 Mile Road, and the maneuvering lane need to be readjusted. Between the two measurements provided, there should be sufficient room to provide a 22-foot maneuvering lane and an 18-foot in-length parking stall with 2-foot overhang for an effective length of 20 feet. If this is not achievable, a variance may need to be required from the Zoning Board of Appeals. K, the plan indicates the relocation of the accessible parking spaces from the north property line. However, the plan shall show the replacement parking spaces in this area. L, the parking spaces and maneuvering lanes west of the building shall be updated. The parking spaces along the west elevation of the building abutting the 7-foot wide concrete slab can also include the 2-foot overhang for an effective length of 20 feet and shall be indicated in the site plan. The parking spaces along the west property line shall measure 22 feet as measured at the property line. The parking spaces in the middle section shall measure 20 feet. There is sufficient room to meet the maneuvering width, which shall be a minimum of 22 feet. M, the required front setback along 12 Mile Road is 15 feet. Most of the site measures meets this requirement. However, the northwest corner of the property only measures 9 feet in width. The landscaped island shall be increased roughly up to the existing brick wall and provided with lawn and new concrete curbing. Provide additional plantings such as meadowsweet or arrowwood viburnum. N, provide the width of the existing driveways as measured at the property line. Number 2, the petitioner shall provide a recorded document for ingress, egress, and shared parking with the owner of the property abutting to the south. That's 13-13-129-003-28853 Bunnett Road. This document shall be approved in draft format for form by the city attorney prior to it being recorded at the Macomb County Register of Deeds. A copy of the document shall be provided to the planning department. Number 3, the following variance may need to be obtained from the Zoning Board of Appeals prior to the release of the site plan to the building division. If the plan cannot be adjusted to meet the 20-foot long parking spaces or 22-foot wide maneuvering lanes this requirement, then they may seek relief from the Zoning Board of Appeals. And if approved, the variance shall be added to the revised site plan. Number 4, a performance bond in the amount of $450 shall be posted according to the estimated cost of $15,000 by the petitioner. Note, the planning staff believes the proposed bond amount is too low, given the fact that the recommendation includes an expansion of the landscape island in the northwest corner of the property with additional landscaping as part of the improvements, resulting in the bond in the amount of $1,000. And this ends the recommendation.
Thanks, Ms. Michelle. This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak on this item, please come and state your name and address for the record, and you'll have 3 minutes to speak. Seeing none, we'll turn it over to the commission.
Chair, make a motion to approve with discussion.
Mr. Chair, I support it.
There's a motion by Commissioner Halawadi, supported by Mr. Hawk. Discussion.
Okay, can the petitioner step forward now, please? First off, I definitely do like the idea. I've been to your restaurant many a time, you know. It used to be another name, wasn't it, previous?
Yes, my name is Cassio Prigioni. I'm the owner of
Yeah, but was it called something else? You took it over from a previous owner?
And before, way in the beginning, it was Dimitris. From
Yeah.
that became Andreas Garden. It was
Andreas,
Andreas
that's what I
Garden for
remember.
30 years.
Yeah.
And in October 2020, we purchased it
Yeah,
from Andrea.
well, good, 'cause
And
what
now
the
it's Milestone Grill. It's
Yeah,
the
but-
existing building. I know I heard the freezer, the hot and whatever, all that has been there. It's,
Right.
when I purchased it, it was as far as the building outside, it was existing, just like that.
Yeah.
As far as inside, we had, because we have a liquor license, we expanded, we made a bar,
Mm,
lost a lot of seats, now it's cramped.
Been
People
there.
want more space. We think having a patio, especially
I
for
think
spring,
it's a good
summer, and fall,
I think it was a good idea.
it
Yeah,
would
actually,
help
there
a
for
lot
Christmas.
with parties and people have
I
more.
was actually there for Christmas time, and
I
I don't know if
appreciate
your
it.
host or somebody, you had some entertainment there that night, and the Santa and everything, we walked in.
Yes, yes,
at-
yes.
We went to a movie, came in, we walked into a Christmas party. We said, whoa, that was
Well, We
nice.
tried to keep it as family oriented.
Yeah,
let
they-
people
I
come
give-
and, have
and-
parties,
okay.
graduation parties, family events and all that. That's why by expanding, it will give us a way to put the parties over there so
Right.
everything runs smoother and
But basically, any problems with any of the recommendations from our planning department? that
Well,
they-
the problem, two are the problems.
Okay,
Basically, they want us to expand the grass on northwest side, if I'm not mistaken, on that corner over there, which means we have to cut the parking lot, replace it with dirt and all that. That's, it got a little bit of problem with financial, because we thought we're just gonna build an outdoor seating area, and now this bring us to a whole different, and another thing is, with the driveway, I contacted the owners, which we share one driveway with
Right.
one, with the,
Off a-
with
coming
the
off a button.
plaza behind us.
Yeah, the
There's
plaza,
4
yeah.
businesses there, they
Yeah,
don't
I'm
have their
familiar
own
with that.
driveway. Now, that's gonna be a bit of, thing, we need to come to an agreement with, the owner over there, because they don't want any responsibilities as far as maintaining or anything like that, but they wanna use it, you know what I mean?
boy.
So, I don't have a problem as far as them using it, but the problem is that, let's say I have to fill a pothole or something, if we share the driveway, we should share the finances. Now, the city comes to me and says, hey, your driveway is bad, you gotta fix it, I have to fix it, but, so, we need to sit down with him, come to an agreement how we're gonna handle this. He can use the driveway, or he can have his own, I mean, it's,
Yeah. Okay, all right. I yield the floor, thank you, Chair.
Okay. Anyone else?
Mr. Chair, yeah, do you have any easement agreement with them or no?
no, there was no, I checked with the, records, and there is no, the only thing I found was, the side on Bernard. Andrea Garden had an agreement, with the Board of Appeals or whatever. The grass is not 15 feet on that side, is 6 feet, if I'm not mistaken. But city has that on record, as far as, now, another thing is the parking lots. being longer, basically the spaces, that's gonna affect us because I don't think we can reach. Right now, they're 18, they're perfect, there's no problems in and out or anything like that. But if we have to do 20 feet, if I'm not mistaken, it was recommended, or 20 feet on one side, 2 feet extra on one side and 2 on the other, that's 4 feet. I don't think
That's especially a problem with the parking just to the north of the building, since there isn't significant, drive space to allow that. Yeah, that's it.
Well, worst case scenario, you go to the ZBA. Excuse me.
I think it's because it was grandfathered like that.
And that's what I was going to mention. Both of those items, they could potentially apply to the zoning board of appeals for the front setback or for the parking space lengths, but they would have to, appeal to the zoning board of appeals their hardship, and that would be an option they could try.
All right.
So is it required?
Well, we put in ours
According to the
recommendation, the
bigger
sizes that are required, the setback width and the spaces and the maneuvering lanes. That is the zoning ordinance. That's why we put that in the recommendation. However, an option is to go to the zoning board of appeals, and that's something any owner could try, to ask for that relief or a waiver from the ordinance.
Alrighty.
Anyone else? I noticed on my information, it says that the patio will be constructed along the west side of the existing restaurant, which is not, it's on the east side of the existing restaurant. Another thing it says, on exclusion, says no HVAC scope, so are you gonna be conditioning that space, or?
No, negative, we are not. There may be some heaters out there, perhaps in the fall or early springs. One of those, gas-powered heaters that are portable, but that is it.
Right.
So that's the only way you're gonna condition it then? So in other words, if it gets too hot in there in the summertime, no air conditioning, they just
Well,
open
they're
up,
No, well,
they open up the windows, eh?
It'll be open to,
Okay.
to nature.
All right. All right. I like the idea, but like I say, our zoning ordinance regulates the parking. And therefore, I make a suggestion, go before ZBA and see if they will allow you to keep the parking the way you want it. But like I said, when you bring a site plan to us, we have to go over what pertains to the ordinance at this particular time. Okay?
Understood.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm seeing,
You can, yes.
oh, yeah, I'm Councilman Noonan, and I'm reading, present use, commercial milestone grill restaurant. Note 1, the shed measuring 9.3 feet by 17.4 feet and containing so many square feet located in the southwest corner of the building was constructed without a permit. And then that note 1 ends with the parking shall be recalculated to include the shed and the freezer square feet for the total existing square feet.
Right.
Maybe a way where, maybe you would need to recalculate the parking if they removed the shed that never got permitted. I don't
Well,
know.
I
I just thought I'd throw that out there.
By removing the shed, I don't think it's gonna make that much difference in the
Oh.
parking. Shed's
Well,
not-
if it caused if it caused the parking to be recalculated,
Well, it's recalculated because of the floor space of the shed.
right.
It's not
So if
gonna,
they-
I don't think it's gonna change it that
We have
much.
enough parking lots.
Oh, well.
It's not gonna change it that much.
Yeah, it requires 29 parking lots, we have 60, so it's not affecting, the building being bigger, it's not gonna affect the number of parking lots. It still has enough parking lots.
So, like I say, these are the requirements that we require. If you still have an issue with the parking, which it seems like you've got plenty of space to do all the things you need to do as far as the parking goes. But, like I say, you can always go before ZBA and and try to get a variance for it.
Okay, yes, can we, that was my question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we build it before?
Well,
Now, I understand that maybe we have to do it and then we can do it later, because this is gonna set me back
Well, I would,
waiting for,
I would still try to go before ZBA, a meeting with ZBA,
No,
zoning
well, that
Board of
we'll do.
Appeals, to see if they're gonna allow you to do what you want, keep your spaces and stuff like that, okay? I know you're in a hurry to build it, it's like you're ready to get out of here, 'cause I see you moving back and forth, but
no, it's not.
we gotta try to follow the ordinance when we're doing these
Yeah,
site plans. Pardon me?
I was just gonna say, if the parking doesn't affect the building, they can move forward with that part and address parking later.
Okay.
That's what we're trying to say.
Right,
Can
I
we-
don't wanna hold you up.
can we build it, and then if you guys decide, I mean, even if we go in front of them, they say, no, you gotta do it, then we have to do it, we understand that part.
Okay.
Exactly.
Thank you,
All right.
thank you for
So
that.
the city attorney says that you can build it, but we don't want you to forget, you still have to go
We
for
will
the
not
parking.
forget, we'll get on it right away.
I mean, they still have to have all the recommendation met, the approved site plans, and those have to be forwarded to building prior to, and any variance they do need, before they can build. I just wanna make
Right.
sure they understand
Yes.
Right.
that, okay.
You understand that, sir?
Yes, I understand.
So
So-
we can't build the building until we go through ZBA and get site plan approval.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
If I may, for clarification, the variances recommended by the Planning Commission, Planning Department, yes, you have to get those. But what I'm hearing is parking is separate. You might not need it. And you might want it, but don't need it.
So it's not clear.
They would need it. I mean, right now, they're measuring under the size that they would need, like they're 18. You know, they need to be 20 feet, 22 feet for maneuvering, 22 along so they would need variances for that.
Yes.
Um,
All right.
So they need to go to ZBA first.
Yeah.
ZBA has to approve, then they can build.
You're right, and if,
Yes.
just whatever they determine along that front, that's not 15 feet.
Right, we can approve conditionally.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so if we approve this, it'll be on the condition that you go to ZBA and get that part handled,
Okay.
so it meets the ordinance,
Okay, sounds good.
okay?
Thank you.
That was a motion by Commissioner Halawadi, supported by Mr. Hawk. Roll call.
Commissioner Halawadi,
Most definitely.
Commissioner Hawk,
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Ansar,
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Heidi,
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Dize,
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Mori votes yes, Commissioner Benecki,
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Smith.
Yes to approve with the conditions that they have to still go by ZBA for a variance. Thank you, sir. Good luck with the project.
Herbs.
To the commission, do we need to take a 5 or 10-minute recess? Hello?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, please.
And
Do you take
everybody's
a 5 or
losing their
10 minute
minds
recess,
about
or
a
you wanna
basketball
continue to
game.
go?
10 minutes? 5 minutes?
5.
5 minutes?
So
Okay.
we can stand up.
We'll take a 5-minute recess.
My knees are going. Oh, welcome back.
I don't mean to mispronounce your name on purpose.
Oh,
That
no,
was
not-
not intentional.
Are you kidding me? I've been called everything in the book.
Just that, I used to have a neighbor, that was her name, first name Heidi.
We
It's
had,
Heidi. The
correct.
E is just pronounced as an I.
yeah, it used to be spelled Heidi.
That would make it a little bit easier.
But there were three brothers that came over from Prussia after World War I.
Okay.
Two of them kept it Heidi. So I have relatives that live down south and out west with Heidi, and up in Canada, Heidi. The ones in Detroit, my grandfather changed to the Heide, saying we're in America, it sounds like an E, we make it an E. Unfortunately, they say everything from Hyde to Hyde Dad, or however, and it's technically just pronounced Heidi.
Heidi.
Yeah, so, like a little girl's name.
Heidi. So the E is not pronounced. H.
It's H-E-I-D-E.
Heidi.
Yeah,
So when you're pronouncing it, it's two syllables. Heidi.
right. Heidi, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That makes it easy.
So,
I will remember. If I ever do, please. It's not intentional.
Are you taking care of my friend here?
no, it's okay.
I was like, I don't
You can
wanna
always say
mispronounce
Commissioner H.H.
H. No, we have so many H in here. Like Commissioner Han, Kalwari, Juice, like.
No, that's what I'm saying, H.H.
H.H.?
Or
H.H.
just Commissioner Herb?
Herb?
Yeah, or Herb. But, no,
I'm so horrible with
I'm,
names.
see, I'm a retired police officer from Warren. Did 26 years in Warren.
Thank you.
This June will be 20 years since I've retired from Warren.
Are you working anywhere
I
else?
did 17 years with Beaumont. Then it
As
became
a-
security.
Okay.
Then they became Cornhole or Corwell.
Okay.
And I said bye-bye because we had a disagreement.
Okay.
So now I do personal protection for 3 Warren police officers that started their own security company.
Okay.
So, anyways, so being a retired police, I've been called every name in the book.
I can see that.
I mean, this last Sunday on Mother's Day, which is usually like an American
He was
holiday.
called a variety of things.
I started celebrating that after about my 10th year in the police department because I was called mother so many times. Derogatorily, but
Yes,
still.
I understand.
So we always had a running joke. Hey, it's Mother's Day. It's our holiday. Let's go have some. So yeah, you can either become being a police officer, you can either get a very bad attitude on life, or you can do like I did and create a wall and have a very crazy sense of humor. I decided to go with the crazy sense of humor. It was much more healthier. So
I'm not a psychologist, but I think I might agree with that.
you may find it this summer comes by. I just had my whole shoulder rebuilt.
Okay.
So and
Are you okay now?
Oh yeah, it's moving there better. It's not 100% yet, but
Can't play
I'm working.
basketball?
Not yet. In fact, when he went in there, he found out that my bicep muscle was just about torn off also. So he had to reattach that too while I was at it, replacing this. So that means this has been replaced, this is now replaced, these were all replaced. I've had surgery here twice. I was chasing a guy who went out the police officer and I tore my Achilles tendon off the heel. So that's been surgically fixed. And I
You
have,
must get stopped at every time you go through
Oh,
the
yeah.
airport.
I
It's
do.
like, okay,
and
what's going on?
And I tell myself, because I got the Everready bunny that runs my heart, it keeps going.
Really?
Yeah, a little battery in there. So I tell myself, I can't go through that machine. Well, then you gotta go through this one. And then when you go through that one, I'm gonna say, you see all kinds of metal in my body. It's not bombs. He goes, well then, I says, can I have her pat me down? And they go, no, you get him. And it's the guy usually with his knuckles dragging on the ground. Big burly guy,
Oh my God.
Because I always point to the prettiest TSA agent saying, hey, can I have her pat me down? Yeah. But yeah, so it's it's been quite fun the last 30, 40 years.
This could be your last meeting. Do they all last this long? No.
So
Usually not, but I think when summer rolls
No,
around, we're
but to
here a
me,
little
no,
bit
we went to
longer.
10:30.
So
We're gonna be here 11 today.
I have to.
I hope not. Game will be over by then.
I have to warn you.
I have work at 7 in the morning. I gotta go.
I will have to warn you though. In the summertime, if it's nice weather, I have a tendency to drive a Harley Davidson.
Okay.
So I may be coming in with some leather on, black leather.
Okay, no more questions.
I'm happy for you. You gotta leave me alone.
I'm going to be a little more less conservative of the commissioners.
I couldn't hold it no more.
I am not either. Do you see
Well,
that?
having a
Like,
cup.
I work full time, nothing. So, I am here to serve, but not to be conservative.
Andre talked me into this.
Yeah, blame him.
Yeah, and he goes,
told me.
he goes, Herb, he goes, you were doing, because I came up when I was buying 10 foot of my neighbor's property, and I couldn't believe how long it took me to get through everything and how many requirements I had to do through the planning commission, through the planning.
We will resume in 1 minute.
So then I go, okay, fine. So Andre calls me out of the blue and says, Herb, I got a proposal for you. He goes, I go, what? He goes, I want you to apply for the planning commission. We're short. He goes, you would be.
one person short.
Yeah, that's what he told me. He says, you would be perfect. I go, why? He says, because you could talk in front of the microphone. I said, okay, let me think about it. So he called me back in about 24 hours later. He goes, oh, by the way, I forgot to say, we get paid $75 a meeting. I says, okay, you just convinced me. I'll sign up. Now I heard from Mr. Worth that we might get that bumped up to 100.
Oh, yeah.
I did not hear that.
I did.
I did not have a chance to attend. I was out of country.
All right, everybody take your seats. We're getting ready to resume.
Two more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Well, at least
yeah, I heard that, so I'm getting a pay raise already, possibly.
Okay, Dave, you're still here.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
You haven't run out the door screaming.
Not yet.
Today might be.
Good evening. Planning Commission is getting ready to resume. Item number 6E.
Yep.
Ansa,
Told her 5 minutes.
where do you go?
Item number 6E. We gotta keep going.
Item number 6E, site plan for a community center and K-12 religious education center located on the east side of Ryan Road and the south side of 11 Mile Road, 26688 Ryan Road, Section 20, Mani Muzammen Khan, Pervin Monir Khan Islamic Center, Hisham Turk and Turk Architects, PSP 260018. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, sir. You want to tell us a little bit about your project?
Hello, yes. My name is Taha Sohrawardi. I'm a representative of Turk Architects. So the project here is it's a existing retail site and commercial building, and the nonprofit here, the Perveen Munir Khan Islamic Center, is intending to turn this building, turn this space inside this building into a set of programs for underprivileged Muslim immigrant youth through education, physical activity, and health wellness programs. So there's 3 portions of the building. There's 3 tenants. So the first one and second one are now vacant, and the third one is currently a Dollar Tree that will remain as is. So the tenant 1 space, 10,000 square feet, that would be a sort of mostly classroom space with some physical activity space for children that are K to 12. And the tenant 2 space would be it will be converted into a community banquet hall type of a space for educational seminars and community events to generate revenue for the center's operations. So there were no originally there were no proposed changes to the exterior elevations or the project site, but we've received recommendations where we will have to change a few things to be able to get the approval. Just generally, the project aims to serve the, I think I mentioned, the underprivileged Muslim immigrant youth in the area. It seems I see a lot of the wording that's been thrown around has been religious education center, but it's really more of a after-school programming for children, with the theme of religion and culture and that sort of thing.
All right, thank you, sir. Correspondence?
Correspondence, Texas current building requires building permit and plan review application for proposed community center and K-12 religious education center. Fire, regarding the proposed site plan PSP 260018 for the property located at 26688 Ryan Road, there are existing fire hydrants located within the alley that must be brought into compliance prior to disabling the fire suppression system. The City of Warren is currently operating under the 2021 International Fire Code, IFC, which references NFPA 24. Chapter 7 of NFPA 24 governs the installation of private fire hydrants and requires the center line of the discharge port to be 18-inch above grade, along with the minimum 36-inch clearance around the hydrant. The hydrant currently do not meet these requirements. These are set too low and do not maintain the required clearance due to the installation of bollards. These hydrants are required by code to remain in their current location to provide fire protection for the building. As a result, the hydrants must be repaired and reset in compliance with code requirements prior to the fire suppression system being disabled for renovation. Police. The Warren Police Department has reviewed the submitted site plan and does not foresee any issues at this time. Water. I will go ahead and read water at the end. AT&T. AT&T does not object to the proposed use plan for the Community and Education Center. AT&T does have facilities on the property and serving the building. Please advise the petitioner to contact us if there are any conflicts. Comcast. We have no conflicts with this proposal, but we have aerial and underground facilities in the area. DTE. DTE Electric Company has reviewed the site plan for Community Center and K-12 Religious Education Center. DTE has no objection to this request impacting 26688 Ryan Road, Section 20, per the site plan provided. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me at 586-783-1978. MCPWO. The Macomb County Public Works Office, MCPWO, has reviewed the site plan for the project referenced above and has determined the proposed site disturbance is less than 1 acre and will not require stormwater review from this office. If a no objection letter is required, please forward your request to wesley.jonick@macombgov.org. Prior to construction, a soil erosion permit may be required from this office. Contact our soil erosion department at 586-469-5327 for more information regarding same. MDOT. The applicant's site plan appears to have work in MDOT's right-of-way. Any work, water main taps, sanitary sewer taps, drainage, or driveway modifications in MDOT's right-of-way or changes to the drainage system that may impact MDOT's storm system will require a permit. So from the Water Department, dear Mr. Khan, it has come to our attention that the fire hydrants located on the property at 26688 Ryan Roads are currently inoperable for fire protection purposes. These hydrants are supplied by an 8-inch water main situated along the east property line, which provides both fire protection and portable water services to the site. At the time of the property's original construction, the water main serving these hydrants was installed without an easement granted to the city. Consequently, this system is classified as a private water system. As the property owner, you are responsible for raising or repairing the hydrants to the appropriate elevation and ensuring they are fully operational for use by the fire department in the event of an emergency. Specification for the required work may be obtained from engineering division or water division. All repairs must be performed by a licensed contractor, and a permit must be secured through the engineering division prior to the commencement of any work. Please contact my office if you require further information. Thank you, David Koss, Superintendent, City of Warren Water Division. Thank you.
Thanks, Madam Secretary. Planning Director's recommendation.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chair. The recommendation is as follows. It is recommended that the site plan for the Community Center and K-12 Religious Education Center be approved with the standard conditions of the Planning Commission, and more specifically, number 1, 5 copies of revised site plans shall be submitted indicating the following. 1A, a note shall be provided on the site plan stating all outdoor retail sales of items shall be prohibited on the site. 1B, update drawing note number 2 and replace City of Troy with the City of Warren. 1C, add the dimensions of the existing building and the entire parking area to the site plan. 1D, provide the parking space dimensions on the site plan. Internal parking spaces shall measure 9 by 20, and the parking spaces along the property line shall be measuring 9 by 22. The maneuvering lanes between parking rows shall be 22 feet in width. 1E, a note shall be provided on the site plan that existing metal shopping cart corral will be removed. 1F, a note shall be provided on the site plan stating open storage of materials shall not be permitted on the site. 1G, one parking space shall be removed that has a large sign pylon within it along the west property line, that's Ryan Road. The space shall be crosshatched and noted on the site. 1H, a note shall be provided stating all lighting on the site shall be shielded and not encroach upon abutting properties. The light fixtures, pole and base shall be no higher than 20 feet as measured from the top of the light fixture to the bottom of the base at the ground level. All glare shall be eliminated from the light fixtures. Upward directed lighting shall not be permitted. 1I, the east driveway on 11 Mile Road shall have the west concrete radii increased in width by 2 feet from the street curb to the public sidewalk and be indicated on the site plan. 1J, the existing 3 or 4 foot high wall along the east property line shall be replaced to match the existing 6 foot high brick embossed poured concrete wall along the south property line. The existing wall is in poor condition. Okay, 1K. A section of the poured concrete wall measuring 8 feet in length and 3 feet in height located at the west end of the 6 foot high brick embossed poured concrete wall along the south property line projects into the side setback area, and that's along Ryan Road. The wall section shall be removed and noted on the site plan. 1L, all landscaping, that's all trees and grass, shall be indicated on the plan. 1M, each trash enclosure shall be provided with gates and noted on the site plan. Condition number 2, per an inspection of the site, the planning staff observed 2 fire hydrants near the east wall area that were sunken into the ground. The fire marshal, Daniel Doherty, responded as follows. And I get to read all this, but I think Mahmoud has already talked about the, the fire. I'll read it. Regarding the proposed site plan for the property located at 26680 Ryan Road, there are existing fire hydrants located within the alley that must be brought into compliance prior to disabling the fire suppressant system. City of Warren is currently operating under the 2021 International Fire Code, IFC, which refers with references NFPA 24. Chapter 7 of NFPA 24 governs the installation of private fire hydrants and requires the center line of the discharge port to be 18 inches above grade, along with a minimum 36-inch clearance around the hydrant. The hydrants currently do not meet the requirements. They are set too low and do not maintain the required clearance due to the installation of bollards. These hydrants are required by code to remain in their current locations to protect fire protection for the building. As a result, the hydrants must be repaired and reset in compliance with code requirements prior to the fire suppressant system being disabled for renovations. David Koss, the superintendent of the Water Division, was contacted regarding the fire hydrant concerns. Mr. Koss, in turn, quickly had the hydrants inspected. On May 7th, 2026, it was found that the hydrants are privately owned, and irregardless of ownership, the hydrants shall be adjusted to code requirements. It is the property owner's responsibility to bring the hydrants into compliance. Mr. Koss is checking the city if help may be offered for necessary adjustments, and he found out there will not be any help in that regard. Condition number 3, the following variances may need to be obtained from the Zoning Board of Appeals prior to the release of the site plan to the Building Division. That is A, to retain the driveway approaches on both Ryan Road and 11 Mile Road less than 500 feet from the major intersection of 11 Mile Road and Ryan Road per section 5.11, number 3. Note, planning staff has considered the fact that all 3 driveways are not in compliance with section 5.11, 3. The initial design of this site was for a retail strip center that required the now existing driveways. It is the proposed use that requires driveways to be 500 feet from the major intersection on a parcel to reduce traffic congestion. The petitioner should remove the 2 driveways closest to the major intersection on each roadway, leaving the remaining driveways that will still both require a variance. B, retain 31% lot coverage when 30% maximum is allowed per section 511, number 7. And C, to retain the existing parking lots that are located 9 feet from the north, that's 11 Mile Road property line, and 15.4 feet from the west, that's Ryan Road property line. If approved, the variances shall be added to the revised site plan. And number 4, the performance bond, performance bond in the amount of $15,000 shall be posted according to the estimated cost of $500,000 by the petitioner. So with that, Mr. Chair, the recommendation has been submitted. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Worth. This is a public hearing. If anybody would like to come and speak on this item, please come up, state your name and address for the record, and you'll have 3 minutes to speak.
My
Good
name
evening.
is Susan Heath, and I live at 26760 Daniela Drive, and the condo's right behind where they want to put this school and banquet center. And I guess I want to know how my taxes are going to be are going to be raised because of the school with, if they have a bond issue or whatever, my taxes are going to go up. So I already pay enough taxes. I want to pay more taxes. So I have an issue with taxes potentially going up in Warren because of this community center and school education center. And then I'd like to know about parking. If you're having a banquet center, do you have adequate parking? Because part of that parking lot is, is going to be maintained for the dollar store is still going to be there. So, I mean, do you have enough adequate parking? Because if not, then it's going to overflow into my street, into my neighborhood. So I have an issue with that. And then I'd like to know how traffic is going to be impacted in my area now because of the banquet center and the school. Those are my issues.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Does anyone else like to speak on this item? Good evening.
Hi, my name is Evangela Irvin, and I'm at 4305 John Paul Court. And to add to taxes, I would like information about how we think it might affect our taxes. and parking. In addition to that, I'm concerned about if they're planning on having school buses, traffic. I'm talking about trash in the area, and I'd like to know how large it's going to be. How many students, I guess, how many students are we looking at? And what grade levels are you going to have an outdoor play area? Okay, so school buses, trash, noise, and an outdoor play area. Those are my concerns.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Anyone else like to speak on this item? Seeing none, we'll turn over to the commission.
Motion to approve with discussion, Maury.
I support it. Mr. Chair, I support it.
There's a motion by Commissioner Morey, supported by Commissioner Holton. Go ahead, Ms.
If I may have the petitioner come up. I know you mentioned the fact that this is an after-school program, so can you walk me a little bit more on what are the hours of operation for the after-school program is going to look like?
Yes, so it's going to be open, excuse me, from 4:30 p.m. to about 8:30 p.m. During weekends and holidays, then the intended program would be about 11 a.m. to about 7 p.m.
Okay.
So there's no, there's no school buses or anything like that, just parents coming off, dropping their kids for a couple of hours. That's about it.
What about the parking situation? So the parents are dropping them off, I'm assuming the kids are not driving there, unless it's 11th and 12th graders, which might not be. So, do you have enough parking for that facility?
We do, yeah. It's on our site plan, actually. But that's is assured that the parking has been thoroughly calculated according to the zoning and the use, and we actually have quite a bit more than we need, I think. Yeah, so 132 required parking spaces. We have 205, including 10 ADA.
Okay. What are the hours and operations going to be for the banquet hall?
Well, that I imagine would be something that is it changes. It's not something it's running on a regular schedule. But the events that are intended to be in that space would be things like birthday parties, maybe interscholastic competitions for the kids, things of that nature.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Commissioner Hawk.
Yes. Mr. Petitioner, do you understand all the requirement by the planning department?
Yes.
So are you agree with all of them?
Yes, yeah, we do. The only two things that, as that was mentioned in the recommendation, was the variances on the parking and the removal of the driveways, which we'll have to pursue that with the ZBA to try to get variances on those.
So are you agree with the planning department? So you want to go for ZBA hearing, right?
Yes, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Are you done, Commissioner Hawk?
Yes, as long as they are okay with all the recommendation, so they are agree, and so there is no buses, right? No
No
buses, and student will drop off by the parents, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I have a question about some neighbors raise concern about the taxes. So I don't know, what is the issue related to the taxes with the school? Why the taxes are going to be raised? I have no idea. So.
Ma'am?
Yes. I can ask the
commission has
planning
to
department, so do you
have to
any-
handle that part.
Can you give us little explanation or anything?
There is no
No, the planning department doesn't have anything to do with taxes or how they're dispensed. You would have to get someone from the assessing department to answer that question.
Yeah, I believe there is no impact
on the taxes, you know, their school there, yeah.
Hold on.
This would be a private,
Right.
it's a private educational center,
This
correct?
is private, it's not for profit, so it's just free programming for kids.
Private, so legally you cannot go out to the voters for a bond proposal. So there wouldn't be any increase
Exactly.
through any proposal.
Mr. Chair.
So to answer your question, there shouldn't be any taxes increased for that. Plus, it's a private organization that's doing it. You're not really changing the building too much. You're just adding some educational area and some banquet areas, and therefore, there's a couple of, I don't know if anybody else has something to say. I'll let them say that. I'll make my other questions. But anybody else have anything else to say?
Mr. Chair, may I please?
I can't hear you.
Mr. Chair, can I please?
Go ahead.
From my understanding, so far I know that only public school, you know, they get the tax from the residents. But as a non-profit and private, so I don't think, you know, it will be impact any neighbors for the tax issue. So that is my understanding, if I'm not wrong. And I have a question for Planning Department Director. Few questions, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I see that variance is there. Variance number A for, what do you call it? 500 feet, we have a 2 driveway. Is there any other option that if we close one driveway on 11 mile side, so this variance will be removed from the recommendation?
No.
Okay.
All 4 driveways need a variance separately.
All 4 of them?
And the only reason we're asking for the 2, they'll reduce it from 4 to 2 variances on driveways, and those 2 are closest to the intersection. As a matter of fact, the one on Ryan Road is particularly bad. But anyway, so that was our suggestion. But if they want to try to get a variance for all 4, they can do that.
Ma'am, the public hearing part is over, so all the questions have to be directed up here.
Also, I'm trying to understand B, variance B, to retain 31% lot coverage when, you know, 30% maximum is allowed. Can you, per section 511(7). Can you please explain me a little more about it? Is there any way can we remove this one from variance?
You'd have to reduce part of the building to a certain amount of 1% of the building would have to be removed to make it 30%, which would be the maximum you can possibly have on a site. I don't know that they're going to be doing that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else like to speak on this?
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Go ahead, Commissioner Brucey.
I was on this board when we approved Oak Ridge to go into that area, and we were thrilled about it. I was hoping some sort of grocer retail shop would come in there after. But the questions that I have, you're saying you're going to make, this says a community center, and you're saying that you're going to have a banquet center. So I don't think it's the same thing. But are you putting stoves and freezers and the rest of it in there to do your own cooking, or what?
So the answer to that is no. Let me clarify. When I say banquet hall, it's just sort of a hall. There's no commercial kitchen or freezers in the building. They're just pantries, I think, and that's what they'll be kept as. And then your other point was, yeah, so it is a community center because they're supposed to kind of feed off each other. So the kids that are, you know, coming to the after-school programs, there's a community there, and they're going to be having whatever events in the hall next door.
Okay. So all this is inside, you're not going outside, other than maybe a walk around the building with the kids?
Nothing's happening outside. So actually, we thought that it would just be a kind of building department kind of a change, because nothing on the site, nothing on the building is changing on the exterior.
Okay.
But just because of the use change and the kind of, so the use change is triggering the kind of driveway situation that we talked about.
Well,
in the other-
I understand that.
So
And
that's-
that goes with the 500 feet and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And the one on Ryan, I'm glad to, I hope if you're gonna change any of them, change the one on Ryan first. Because the amount of times that I see people going into that driveway instead of the Chicken Shack driveway is ridiculous. But, that being said, are you going to have any speakers outside? To produce noise, to call people to whatever?
No speakers will be outside.
Okay. Well, I wish you luck. I'm not a fan of this, but I wish you luck. We'll leave it at that. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? To the petitioner. Good evening again, sir. One of the concerns I had about the fire hydrants, because they're private fire hydrants,
Yeah.
and they have to be brought up to code, I don't know what the expense would be for that, but you're gonna be obligated to do that. And we already got a note from the city saying that they're not gonna help with that, so, I don't know if the bond may have to be redone, because I don't know how much more expense that would be. So that's something we have to look into. Because when you're dealing with the underground water systems and bringing everything up, it could get, I'm not saying it is, but it could get expensive. The other thing is, when you have in the banquet center or the hall where, is there capacity on the number of people who could be in there?
In terms of the code, the building
Yeah,
code?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have it somewhere. It's on the plan here. I think it's 1,300 people, 1,310. 800, okay, 800.
800 people?
Yes. 800 people, yes, I got it, yep.
So if they have an event there, and being the dollar store is next door, is your parking for the event gonna affect the dollar store's operation as far as their customers?
No, again, it shouldn't, because we have an abundance of parking, more than what's required.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, you say you may have 800 people. You know, that might take up 400 spaces, so I'm just trying to get an idea to make sure that the dollar store's parking doesn't get shorted
Yeah.
because you have a banquet or something like that.
Sure. I mean, I think that 800 number is just from the, kind of what comes from the code.
Okay.
But the community is not gonna be planning for an 800-person event.
Okay. Very good. Mr. Ward, can you come up? Would you have an idea what it might cost for those fire hydrants to be readjusted? So we could maybe change the bond a little bit, or?
No, I don't. I was just told it's gonna be expensive. So I'd have to get that cost from the water director or water superintendent.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. We can do that and, you know, reassess what should be the bond.
Okay. All right. All right, then. I think I have another question. Thank you, Mr. Worth.
Okay.
Petitioner, can you come again, please? All right, so Mr. Worth's going to check and see, get an idea what it might cost to do the fire hydrants. So it means that your bond might end up going up. So if that does, we'll have to let you know what the increase is going to be. But for right now, the bond is set at a certain amount. And what we'll do, we'll keep it at that for now. And based on what he finds out, we'll put a condition in the recommendation that the bond may change a little bit for that. Okay? The neighbors were talking about possibly people parking on their street in their neighborhoods. How are you going to control that?
Can I open an ear to them?
Sure. State your name and address for the record, sir.
This is Mushfiqur Rahman. This is Mushfiqur Rahman.
Address.
Address 2501 Bloomfield Hills, Bloomfield Crossing, Bloomfield Hills, Michigan.
Okay.
So actually, the parking, we, according to the city law, we have enough parking. According to the requirement, we have more than that. So actually, there is no chance or there is no possibility that somebody will park on the road or somewhere else, I think.
Okay. We just want to make.
And sir, one thing, sir, I can tell you, sir, that actually here the maximum student will be 150 only, sir.
Okay.
The school we are providing, there is it's like a knowledge sharing or learning center like that. As city telling like that the K-12, there is a kindergarten to 12, it's not like that, sir. And we set up here only for 150 students, 75 girls and 75 the boys. So there is 3 classes for the boys and 3 classes for the girls. That's it. And the maximum is the 150 students, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, there's no other questions?
Mr. Chair? I have a question regarding the fire hydrant. So since the other property owner is Dollar Tree, shouldn't they also incur some of the cost for the fire hydrant, or how does that work?
Well, I don't know if the Dollar Tree, is the Dollar Tree at the same owner as you?
Actually, sir, Dollar Tree, actually, Dollar Tree, the building is belongs to us, and just we give the rent to the Dollar Tree. So regarding the fire radiant and or anything to be make it up to the mark, then just we'll have to do that. Dollar Tree will not share with us.
Okay.
We are responsible to do that.
Okay, very good, sir. Thank you. Answer your question.
That's my question. Thank you.
All right. Very good. We all, go ahead, Commissioner.
Mr. Chairman, I just thought of it. When we were driving around it, are you gonna use all those dumpster locations? Cause I think there's at least 4 of them, and the doors on the front of them are all busted out all over the place. There's one on the north side, there's one, and there's 2, no, there's 2 on the south side, that's one. And there's another one over from it.
There's another one closer down by the
Yeah.
end of the building.
Are you gonna get rid of most of those dumpsters? Are you gonna fix up the dumpster enclosures?
So actually, the closer one just will close. We should close it, and the farthest one just will keep.
Okay, cause you're gonna need to fix those up. Cause
Yeah,
they're all of them are a mess.
So that we will require, that we will do that according to our city rules and city requirement.
Okay, well, I'm just bringing it to your attention.
So so one thing just I would like to say, sir. Actually, according to the city rules, we have to have the distance from the major section to my driveway, that is 500. It should be more than 500. So actually, sir, we have 456 or something like that. Very by very marginal distance, just we stacked here, and just we are going to we have to go to the variance for variance. So if we'll consider this 40 feet, then
Mr.
because
Chair.
we've gotten into arguments about 2 feet, so.
Yeah, all right. But you know you gotta go to the zoning board for the variances for the
Yes.
driveways
Yes.
anyway, so, all 4 of them. And like I say, we want 2 of them eliminated because of the, what the use is used for. All right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That was a motion by Commissioner Morey, supported by Commissioner Hulk. Roll call.
Commissioner Mori, I vote yes. Commissioner Hawk?
Yes to approve?
Commissioner Ansar?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Heidi?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Halawadi?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Duze?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Benecki?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes to approve. Good luck with your project, sir.
Thank you.
Item number 7, correspondence.
Item number 7A, letter from the planning director to the members of the zoning board of appeals. This letter is a response and clarification of facts regarding public comments made by the ZBA in reference to the planning department's impact statement for agenda 6, item 6, 22755 Groesbeck Avenue at the April 8, 2026 ZBA meeting. Thank you.
Mr. Worth or Michelle, do you want to speak on this letter, or are we just going to receive and file? Okay. Need a motion to receive and file.
Chair, I make a motion to receive and file.
Support Benecki.
That is a motion by Commissioner Halawadi, supported by Commissioner Benecki. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 7B.
Item number 7B, site plan for a gas station with convenience store located on the northeast corner of Mount and 13 Mile Roads, 31104 Mount Road, Section 4, Michael Wiegand and Gazebo Real Estate, Josh Brereton, Agree Convenience Number 1 LLC, PSP 250050, letter to petitioner, denied by the Planning Commission on April 13, 2026.
Need a motion to receive and file.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Support, Chair.
There's a motion by Commissioner Duze, supported by Commissioner Halawadi. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 7C.
Item number 7C, site plan for auto repair shop, parking lot expansion, and open storage of repair vehicles located on the southwest corner of Groesbeck Highway and 9 Mile Road, 22755 Groesbeck Highway, Section 35, Joseph Triangle, JNT Investments, PSP 250017, letter to petitioner, approved with conditions by the Planning Commission on May 12, 2025. The required variance were denied by the Zoning Board of Appeals on April 22nd, 2026. As a result of the variance denials, the current site plan is no longer valid. Thank you.
Thank you. Because the site plan is no longer valid, I need a motion to receive and file.
I bring motion, Mr. Chair.
Support, Chair.
There's a motion by Commissioner Holt, supported by Commissioner Halawadi. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 7D.
Item number 7D, request to vacant easements, vacate the existing north and south 8 feet wide utility easement located on the rear of lots 1065, 1066, and north 17 feet of lot 1067, and vacant the existing east and west 5 feet wide utility easement, east 8.5 feet of Piper's Van Dyke subdivision number 5, located on the southwest corner of Van Dyke Avenue and Topher Road, 21647 Van Dyke Avenue, Section 33, Valentino Holata, PEV 230002, letter to City Council regarding expiration.
I need a motion to receive and file this letter.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Support Maury.
Motion, Mr. Chairman.
What'd you say?
He made a motion.
I know, I heard
She
that.
didn't hear it through the mic.
Okay. There's a motion by Commissioner Duze, supported by Commissioner Morey. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 8A, old business.
Minor amendment to the site plan for parking lot and site rehabilitation located on the north side of 10 Mile Road, approximately 355.46 feet east of Ryan Road, 4225 10 Mile Road, Section 20, Terry Messina, Comerica Bank, Sonia Barania, Etwell LLC, PMA 260003. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening. We received notification that they would like to postpone this until July 13th. Additionally, there are some legal description discrepancies that we're working with the assessing and Macomb County land file to resolve before that time.
Okay, thank you, Michelle.
All right, thank you.
So I need a motion to postpone this item till July 13th.
Motion to postpone, Mr. Chairman.
Support, Mr. Commissioner Ansar.
There's a motion by Commissioner Duzay, supported by Commissioner Ansar to postpone this item to July 13th. Roll call.
Commissioner Duzay?
Yes.
Commissioner Ansar?
Yes.
Commissioner Heidi?
Yes.
Commissioner Halawadi?
Yes.
Commissioner Hawk?
Yes.
Commissioner Mori votes yes. Commissioner Benecki?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes to postpone to July 13th. Item 8B.
Item number 8B, minor amendment to site plan for industrial building for modification of truck wells located on the southwest corner of Tank Avenue and George Merrily Drive, Section 16, 27767 George Merrily Drive, Carrie Easterday, Wern Industrial Investor LLC, Dan LeBlanc, Android Assembly, PMA 240001. The minor amendment is to modernize the current truck wells. Approved on April 22nd, 2024. The petitioner is requesting a one-year extension to April 22nd, 2027. Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to recognize this as a minor amendment. Need a motion?
Motion to recognize as minor amendment, Maury.
Support, Benecki.
There's a motion by Commissioner Maury, supported by Commissioner Benecki, to recognize as a minor amendment. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Good evening, sir. Hold it.
Quick note of order. This is for an extension. I mean, it was a minor amendment, but it is just an extension. So, and he is here to.
I know.
Oh, okay. I
I'm
just
con-
want.
I'm gonna call him. I just wanted to recognize it as a minor amendment because it was a minor amendment, but now it's gonna have him come out. I'm not getting rid of him yet. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. They say
Please just state your name and address for the record.
Dan LeBlanc. Address is 27767 George Merrily Drive, Warren, Michigan. It's the Avance Assembly. We do value-added service for Stellantis. We are very close to fulfilling everything that the city wanted us to fulfill. And I'm just simply asking for an extension. I don't believe I need a year, but I'm very close to completing everything that's been requested on the site plan. I just have a couple open items that we didn't get finished.
Okay,
So-
very good, sir. All right, the petitioner's asking for a one-year extension
Yes.
on this project, so I need a motion.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair, I support it.
There's a motion by Commissioner Duzay, supported by Commissioner Hulk. Roll call.
Commissioner Duzay?
Yes.
Commissioner Hawk?
Yes.
Commissioner Ansar?
Yes.
Commissioner Heidi?
Yes.
Commissioner Halawadi?
Yes.
Commissioner Mori votes yes. Commissioner Benecki?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes to approve a one-year extension to April 22nd, 2027.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Sorry for the delay this evening.
Hey, don't worry.
Have
I'm
a good evening.
Thank you.
You're earning your pay today.
Item number 8C.
Minor amendment to site plan for building addition located on the west side of Hoover Road between Hop Avenue and Topher Road, 22105 Hoover Road, Section 34, Daniel Morel and Ajax Metal Processing, Inc., PMA 250003. The minor amendment is for a building addition, relocation of a storage tank, and pavement replacement. Approved on March 24, 2025. The petitioner is withdrawing their minor amendment application. Thank you.
Okay, I need a motion to withdraw their application for the minor amendment.
Chair, I make that motion.
Support Maury.
There's a motion by Commissioner Holowide, supported by Commissioner Morey. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 9, bond released.
Number 9, minor amendment to site plan for building addition located on the west side of Hoover Road between Hupp Avenue and Topher Road, 22105 Hoover Road, Section 34, Daniel Morel and Ajax Metal Processing, Inc., PMA 250003. The minor amendment is for a building addition, relocation of a storage tank, and pavement replacement. Approved on March 24, 2025. Cash bond posted in the amount of $28,500. Minor amendment withdrawn. Release the bond.
I need a motion to release the bond.
Chair, I make a motion to release the bond.
Mr. Chair, I support it.
There's a motion by Commissioner Holowide, supported by Commissioner Hulk. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, to release the bond. Item number 10, new business, seeing none. Item number 11, citizen participation. Anybody would like to speak?
They all left.
Item number 12A, planning director's report.
This has been a long one, needless to say, far longer than I thought. To start off with, just a few things that I was part of, but I was in a PUD meeting. Maybe Mr. Duzay will want to expound upon that, but that was on the 23rd, April 23rd. After that, I was at the American Planning Association conference downtown Detroit for 4 days. What an experience that was. And it's all new to me, believe it or not, after all these years. But that conference is, it's different in the scale, what we experience, what you've been to, Delwar. And but I have to say, our Michigan conferences are a lot better, needless, much better. So anyway, not as many things, different sessions that you can take, but it was a learning experience, needless to say. So I enjoyed that. I attended a meeting with Mr. Spiller. He's the Parks and Recreation Director. That had to do with a new master plan for the Parks and Rec department. And so we discussed that with their consultant. I'm on the, their committee to review that and get things going. And so I attended that meeting. What else here? If I can read my own writing. Okay. I'll tell you, primarily that's it, other than getting all the findings and recommendations together with Michelle. We worked really hard on all this. So that's about all I have. If you have any questions.
Thank you, sir. Anybody have any questions for Mr. Worth?
Chair?
Yes.
Okay. I hope I'm not out of place, but has the budget for the city been finalized yet?
I can't understand you.
Okay. Has the budget for the city been finalized?
Tomorrow night, it will be going before the city, in the city council meeting. So watch the meeting and you'll find out.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Any other questions for Mr. Worth? Item number 12B, Planning Commission discussion and concerns.
I'll go ahead and read.
Go ahead.
Okay. Reconsideration of excused absence for Commissioner Ansar. On April 20, 2026, the Planning Commission unanimously excused Commissioner Delaware Ansar absence from the evening's Planning Commission meeting. On April 21, 2026, Chairman Warren Smith contacted the Planning Department to request a reconsideration of his vote to excuse the absence of Commissioner Ansar at the April 2026 Planning Commission meeting. Chairman Smith has rescinded his vote to excuse Commissioner Ansar due to not receiving proper notification ahead of the scheduled meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Any discussion on that?
I wasn't here.
Okay. Commissioner Zuzay, do you have something you want to say?
No, I wanted to make a comment about the planned unit development meeting that I went to.
Go ahead.
No, that's in the middle of this, no.
Do it after.
Yeah, do it after.
Okay, all right.
Mr. Chair, I do have I think I was sick and I informed the last moment. Today also I'm sick, but I thought like, I should be here, and that's why I came here. Other day I was really sick probably. I thought it's gonna be bad to be in the meeting. That's the reason I had to, at the last moment I had to say I cannot make it, because I don't wanna make a situation like embarrassing for other people, and other people can get sick too.
Okay. But normally, if you're gonna be sick and you think you can't make it, then I know if you're sick, you don't want to.
Some of the situation you cannot.
Pardon me?
Like today, you say that I'm still coughing, but I made it. But other day, the situation was not like that. You can tell 2 weeks before that you were getting sick.
But I understand that. All I'm just saying is just kind of let somebody know. You can text somebody.
I think I emailed.
No, we got no email or anything. So that's the reason we did it as unexcused.
I did not?
No.
Oh, then that was probably completely, I missed it
So,
somehow.
but we accept your excuse now, but it's already been unexcused, so. Just let us know next time.
Okay.
Okay.
Then probably I completely missed it.
All right, very good. Thank you, sir. Commissioner Duzey?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On April 23rd, we had a planned unit development committee meeting. This was in regarding to putting an EV charging station with canopy behind the gas station at the Meyer on Mound Road, south of 13 Mile Road. They're going to put in for EV charging for cars there. And I think they're putting that in, but what I walked away from is that we in Warren do not have any ordinance or any way to control handicapped. We all paint them blue. There is no ordinance, no law to paint them blue for handicapped. And I think that it would make sense for the planning department to take a look at if we're doing handicap blue, if we're doing EV, possibly do the paint in green to signify EV. But there are no rules for colors on any of this, either from the city or the state or the county that I know of. And that was the one thing that I was very, very surprised about. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, that is correct. There's no state law regarding the color of striping.
Right.
I think there's a concern from City Council to just make the accessible spaces blue. And I'm not sure, right now, there's not an ordinance.
Yeah.
Right now.
That was the part
that was the only-
that I thought I should report to this committee and say something, because frankly, I couldn't believe it. But it is what it is, and I think going forward, if Warren took a step in the direction of color coding some of this stuff, we'd be further ahead in the long run.
That is correct. That's the direction that things might be heading, but for that particular development, there was an ancillary development on the property.
Right.
And when council made the approval, there was reference to blue striping. So I think that's how it came about.
And that's fine, but I think that we should look into and possibly have different striping for different reasons within the city. That's it.
Well, as we have more and more of these EV stations, then that might
That's right.
be something that will be put in.
Or something close to it.
Right.
That being said, I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
No, I'm not done.
Can't do that.
You
Can't
can
do
adjourn,
that.
but I'm not done.
Should've kept going.
I'll second that.
It's, no, we have to come up.
I can second that.
We have one more thing we have to go over. I know it's getting late. I got a email from the council commissions. They want a nomination form. Our representative from the council commissions is Merle. You still want to be on the commission for that? They also want to know the name of alternative, if alternate wanted to be on it.
Mr. Chair? Mr. Chair, I want to bring something up regarding that real quick, and I don't mean to interrupt, so, but it is regarding that conversation. So, yeah, so with the award ceremony the mayor is holding next week, is it next week or 2 weeks? I emailed them. This is something I have been bringing up almost every single year ever since I joined, is that they don't have halal food options, nor do they have seafood or vegetarian options in any of those venues for the past 4 years that I have attended. With that, there is quite a significant amount of people that attend those that are not able to enjoy the food that is being hosted for everyone. So when I emailed Jeff again, when he invited everyone in those emails, I emailed and I asked, what's the scenario gonna look like for food this year again, because this is actually my 4th email to him in every single year. He mentioned the fact that, and this is one of the reasons I want to bring it up, he mentioned the fact that the representative from the Planning Commission hasn't attended any of the meetings, and that might not be true. So I just wanted to kind of bring that up and ask that question, is that, why is that email coming back?
Most of the meetings they have conflict with our meetings.
Okay.
Oh, that would explain it.
That's definitely, so this is actually my 4th time bringing to the mayor, the previous mayor and this mayor, that we don't have any, like for example, I can't have any food that's not halal. So if there's not seafood options, there's not vegetarian options, that really limits for me, like there's no point of me going. Like, I don't know why I'm even going there at this point. So, but I wanted to just kind of bring that up, and I would like to be an alternative to that, if possible. Thank you.
All right then, so what we're gonna do, we'll put Ms. Morey down, Commissioner Morey, and Commissioner Benecki, Commissioner Morey down there as an alternative.
Fine.
And we'll fill out the form. You can submit it to Jeff.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Any other nominations?
Planning staff would be glad to look into that and talk to the mayor directly, and talk to Jeff and talk to Mr. Wiegand and see if we can get the proper food that you're able to consume, all right?
Thank you.
We'll check into it tomorrow. You're welcome.
Already Modi mentioned that. I had same experience. I was gonna say the same thing. Every year we don't enjoy the food.
Who is gonna be substitute for Benagi?
Okay, let me have that one back first, bear with me. Give you this one.
She's gonna fill everything on that, and then she can do it. Any other discussion or concerns?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Before the adjournment, I want to thank our newest member, Commissioner Heidi, on lasting 3.5 hours. And I will be surprised if he comes back. But thank you for being here, and thank you for joining.
Thank you, Mr. Hyde.
Oh, the pleasure was all yours.
Correct.
Chip off the old block. He's been hanging around you too long.
We go back a ways, so.
I can tell.
Item number 11, calendar pending matters, seeing none, motion to adjourn.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Support.
There's a motion by Commissioner Dusday, supported by Commissioner Holloway. Have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you.